Let me
Okay,
check your Twitch.
and we are back up with the recording as opposed to the stream. So hello again, everybody. Um,
Hello.
yeah, for some reason my internet during prime hours just hates working. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
Cox can suck mine, but okay.
Yeah, I feel it. Spectrum's worse.
I don't know about that one. But with that in mind,
I do.
would y'all just like to spend the next little bit of time helping out, trying to get everybody back on their feet?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
All
Yes.
right. So yeah, y'all basically get it, and then you see that as y'all are helping out, I would say Yagu, what are you planning to do during this aid period?
Ooh, Yagu. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I was gonna offer a suggestion.
Yeah?
I was thinking he could step out and do some town minstrelry. Declaring the end of plague times and the harbinger of good fortune and all that.
That is
True,
a
it's not
viable
a bad
thing to
idea.
lift spirits. That is actually a very viable idea.
We could use a little music around here, I think.
I need to roll performance.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a performance check for tonight. Obviously, I'll have you roll a separate one for the second day. Because the cure will
Yeah.
take about anywhere from 2 to 3 days to work. It would depend on the
Please
person.
roll good. The people need this, Yagu. Don't fail me now.
Even your lowest roll would still be a decent performance.
No.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Ooh.
21, yeah. So people come out, it's like, wait, there's a cure? They found a cure? Oh my god, they found a cure! Like, people are actually, like, happier now, and you can see, like, the changelings among them basically like, oh, thank god.
Yago,
Josaku, what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna also be helping out distribute cures and whatnot.
Okay, so you're just going to be helping distribute rather than help with the brewing and the distilling?
Sort of like
Yeah.
the manual labor, the getting everything moved around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finn, what are you
I like
doing?
that.
I'm gonna go help bring stuff up too.
You're going to bring stuff up. You're not going to help with the distilling?
I'm not like trained in that stuff. I don't think I can.
All right.
Only reason I'm doing is because I've got a +4 in medicine, and that's not a negative.
All right. Yeah. So okay, let's say for tonight, go ahead and roll me a give me a medicine roll.
Ooh, net 20, baby.
Okay, so yeah, you basically
let's go.
perfectly flawlessly do it to the point where you guys think that this first batch might actually be done in about 10 hours.
That's
She
half
left
the
some
time.
really useful notes behind.
Yes, you left some very. Hellerana was very detailed in her notes, and you were able to follow them incredibly well. So yeah, with that,
Okay.
everyone's able to start bringing them up. Getting the cure passed out. You do notice, if you were part of the distributing, that it seems like a certain number was actually held to the side from the original one. As everything is being passed out to the thinkers, there's another little part that is being held aside and seemingly goes missing. So you could pretty easily guess where it's going.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep. So yeah, with that, we'll say that y'all start to work through. We'll say everybody works into the night. Jay, you've started to like go to around to the local areas, like the local watering holes and everywhere, and you started to basically say, hey, a cure is on its way. The sickness is going to be over soon. Just stay safe for now. But stay inside and stay safe for now, and thinkers will come to you. As you're going around town and doing that, people are saying, it's like, oh shit, we're saved, and everybody's like, there's some like people thanking you, patting you on the back, saying it's like, here, that kind of stuff. You're getting a lot more praise than you would have expected.
This is so sweet. I love this.
Oh yeah, no, it's basically like you see a lot of people that are very thankful, very emotional with that. We'll say that everybody goes to bed eventually. You'll start to rest before, waking up and getting at it in the morning. So everyone can take a long rest, regenerate all of your shit,
Fuck yes.
get back
Let's
all your
go.
spell slots, all that shit.
Long rest. Do it. There we are. All done.
Yep. And then from there, what's next is y'all would be doing that, but during a certain point in the day,
Hmm.
Hey, Finn.
Gosh, yeah.
As you're like over there, come here, and it's willful. You're in
Uh,
the outpost right now. Yeah, come on, let's take a walk.
okay.
You're not in trouble, kid. Don't worry. So yeah, you'll walk for a little bit. It's like, and then you guys stop at this little cafe. Well, kid, there's someone here who wants to meet you, or wants to talk with you at least. Ah, hello again. Fair play. As you see, in a much more elegant outfit than the last time you spoke, a much more business ready outfit, a much more professional looking outfit. You see a very, very familiar face. You see Lioness.
Ooh.
You look very nice today.
Why, thank
Ooh,
you.
thank goodness
Have
I'm
a
on the
seat, young
room.
man. You also notice that the rest of this outside area around the around this like little cafe is noticeably empty. Remember, nothing happens to it. I know our agreement, Willful. Now be a good dear. Go back and make. I forgot to formally introduce you guys, didn't I? Oh, how rude of you, Willful, to not properly introduce me. By the way, this is just like Hyper's brain turning off and forgetting to actually do the proper introduction that I was meaning to lead this off with.
You're fine.
Uh, this is Lady Eliana Al-Sayam. She is one of the largest shipping or transporting businesswomen in say on the coast. Thank you for the introduction. Now, toodaloo, Willful. Toodaloo.
Can I get her name in chat real quick?
Yes.
Lady Eliana, right? Something.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, as she sits there and stirs a tea with, a paw in hand. Young Finn Fairplay. It looks
That's my name.
looks like you succeeded.
Yeah, my crew's pretty good. We get stuff done.
That's you do. And I want to apologize. I want to apologize for my crass behavior the last time that we met. I said that we spoke. You've saved a lot of people in this city by finding, including my husband, my children.
I still don't like her, but oh.
I had a little bit of a reason for being on edge.
I mean, yeah, it's understandable.
Finn, you ever heard of what goes on in Tian? Have you ever heard about what most tabaxi are subjected to?
No, I don't really know much outside of Nair and its close, like.
We're slaves, darling.
Oh, wait, what? That's still practiced?
In Tian, the only major nation in the world still practices. With the Yuan-Ti as the ruling class, the two most prominent examples of slave races being the tabaxi and Centaurs. While the tabaxi do not endure the same level of subjugation and prejudice as you're still property. There are things I will not go into that are done. And basically being at the mercy of someone else and having to rely on them, not being able to rely on anyone I trust. That is most reaction the other day, and I apologize. But you did more than just save my Instead, you saved my husband, children. As you see her start to stand up, uh, walk with me. As she starts to like walk down the street.
I follow her.
As you guys start walking, she's silent for a little bit, but you start to see small things, like people starting. Say you see a couple thinkers basically administering at the cure. You see some small children starting to like come out and play again. Adults learning to walk the streets again. People who have already been given the cure already, that weren't sick already. It's like I'm sure, as someone who is a former colleague, you understand how some cities, basically, the governments act as puppets to the real people in charge. Erdeshell is one of these cities. But where our mutual enemy is very consolidated in his hold on a city. I am not so singular minded. I understand that there's a perfect balance that can be achieved by working with willful. I'll say these people are my people. Their government may be a bunch of blathering fools who have no idea what even goes on in their own damn city. That doesn't mean that Willful and I will not try to protect it with our very lives and the lives of our people. The point of me saying this, that just because we may not share the same side of the law, doesn't mean we're bad people. Smiles is an outlier. Most of us are people just trying to make a living, and make a living for those around us.
I understand that well enough.
I'm not, I'm not a murderer. I'm not a butcher. I'm not some madman who smiles as he slits the throats. I'm a businesswoman. And I assume that you will take care and to not reveal anything given our mutual advantageous information over
As long as I can expect the same.
that you can. By the way, she hands you a small a small piece of paper.
I look at it.
This is information on the updated status of your bounty. And if you look at it, you see that there's only one thing written on the page. If y'all aren't watching the Discord stream, I'm holding up a 0.
I was gonna say no bounties.
The number
Wait,
is
did
0.
you get it cleared?
Again, you've done more than just help my people. Helped save my city, my home. I grew up as a slave, and this city is all I've known. I was able to escape on a ship that sailed for Rosve, establish myself here, and eventually become the most powerful woman in the city. But there was a certain degree of things that I could not control. But I also know what it is to have gratitude to those who help you and those that you care about. As a result, Finn Fairplay, your bounty is clear. I would still not recommend going to Girdashell or the surrounding areas anytime soon, because while the at-large bounty is cleared, I assume that Smiles will still have a degree of desire to have your head on his plate. In addition, she hands you a small, say a small, basically pendant. And when you look at it, it has a lion's head on it with like a I would say with like a small stone that has a 3-clawed thing in the middle. If you run into any respectable people in our industry, show this to them. And it will show that you are sponsored by the Lioness of Rosve. I am not Smiles. I pay my debts. Fair play. You've saved my family, so I owe you greater debt than I could.
I think you've more than repaid it with this gesture, and I very much appreciate it.
Now, if you do not mind, I say my children are still recovering. Thankfully, they took to the sickness a little bit later than others, as did my husband. But at the same time, they have already been in. I need to go be a caring mother and wife. Don't mind. Go save more lives.
Before you go, I can't volunteer. I can't speak for the rest of my party, but if you ever need anything, feel free to, let me know.
Might take you up. It'll be interesting to have to have a friend, company of Argus Bane.
Okay, let's not get crazy. He doesn't really know I exist. I'm just kind of like a guy,
Thank you again. Oh, and by the way, tell your large friend, still be careful about watching his mouth in places where he's surrounded with a lot of enemies around.
Yeah, would have hated for like some of your men to be hurt. All right, see ya.
She like audibly laughs out about this. Yeah, and by the way, while y'all were walking, there were people like waving at her, kind of thing. So you could tell like she's a well-known enough public figure that people will wave at her, saying it's good to see you out again, Miss Al-Saim. I mean, Miss Al-Saim. No, Jay, she was absolutely talking about Varys.
And Finn's the real homie.
Oh, yes, that's good. So, Phil, if you wondered how your criminal contact was going to come into play,
that's pretty sick, dude.
Yep, you are now sponsored by a local, basically a local mob boss who is actually respected because of what she's done, especially on the Eastern continent. Obviously her words will carry more sway, and obviously there are some areas where she won't carry as much sway, but in most of the respectable ones, your contact.
And I'm guessing she's not. A lot of people don't know that she's the Lioness, right? Most of them know her as
I say Lady Eliana, yes.
Yeah. And she runs one of the biggest shipping companies.
Well,
this side of the
transport,
coast.
specifically land transport.
Okay, one of the biggest land
So you can figure out how she does the smuggling.
Yeah.
She just loads shit onto her own transports, obviously.
Okay. Good thing.
And she's the one checking them because she runs the transport company that would come in and check for contraband.
And it helps that she's friends with Willful, so he doesn't really poke his nose into those type of things too much.
Yeah. Say again, as she explained, it's a city that's basically run by two people, Willful and Eliana. And as a result, they have a mutual understanding where they just want the city to improve, and they don't want each other at each other's throats. They see each other as a protector and a businesswoman, rather than, criminal and lawman.
Mm-hmm.
They both understand that each one wants what's best for the city. So yeah. There is Finn's criminal contact for his background.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good one too. It won't be viable everywhere, and especially on the Northwest continent, it probably won't be as useful as it will on the southern continent or the southwest continent or the eastern continent. Yeah. Do we want to say that y'all spend like the next day and a half, continuing to like work on cures and whatnot?
Yeah.
Pretty
Just-
much. If there's ever any point where I can get like an hour to myself, I would like to attune to that staff I got.
Yeah, we'll say that you definitely found an hour to like to yourself to do that. We'll say like y'all got breaks and at one point you guys found a way to I'll say just like do it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. So yeah, now you are attuned to the Skyblinder staff, which adds a +1 to your spell attack rolls. Give me 1 second, gang. I need to change shirts. It's a little bit warm where I am, and this shirt is not good for warm environments.
Yeah, I need to step out for a smoke anyway.
Yep, go for it real quick. We got a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll be right back then. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Jose and Jay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I got to take a back seat today.
Oh, you're not taking a back seat?
I am, dude.
Ah, dude.
No, you're not, Jay.
Finn's the main character.
Now that PGCQ is done, Jay, are you guys just chilling for a bit at work?
Well, I have vacation this next week.
Yes, yeah.
I think Mondays and Tuesdays will be less hectic because, like,
Mm.
I'm sure Hyper's probably similar, but
Yeah.
any PGCQ day is like automatically a 12-hour workday for me.
Just because of like all the prep you need to get done for it, right?
Right. And like people always say, oh, just start later. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can post on socials literally all day.
Yeah.
So that was never really an option, but
What?
And you kind of need to like get things going. And when it's PGCQ, you want to make sure you have people
yeah.
throughout the day noticing, hey, we have PGCQ going on. Come watch.
Right.
What are y'all talking
No, I
about?
was just curious how like your work, the two of you, your work days were gonna be now that you.
He just asked how
PGCQ is done.
useless I was gonna be now that
Okay,
there's
no,
no
cut-
PGCQ.
No, if anyone's
Calm
useless
down.
now, it's me.
No,
It's definitely me.
No, I was just
No.
curious, like how your work days are gonna be now that PGCQ is done for the year, right? Not for the year, but
It is for the year.
For the
Yeah,
year,
it's
right?
done for the year.
Yep.
Because now you guys, like, I guess when LAN events start up, you'll be heading off to all those hyper. But
Hi, back.
other than that, are you guys just doing like UPL and stuff like that?
Pretty much, yeah. But all
Yeah,
right.
UPL ends this week actually.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm gonna join a UPL team so hyper can broadcast my games.
Yeah,
Nice.
go for it.
Yo.
Am I good for UPL? Hell no.
No, you probably won't be accepted on the rank requirement. But yeah, okay. If everyone's back.
Is Finn here?
Yep. Phil just got
Yes.
back. Pod just got back. Everybody is back. Okay, cool.
Wow.
I put on a
Back
new
to me.
shirt, so no more sweat. Actually, let me close the door.
Let's go.
Yep. And with that, ladies and germs and everyone in between, let's go back into the game. With that, we'll say that y'all spend the next day and a half starting to do the cure. You see that everyone is starting to, come back outside. There are some people that like died overall, but that's just because like in general the cure didn't quite get to them in time. Almost all of them were in like on the elderly side, so it's one of those that it wouldn't have been surprised if they passed away anyway.
Mhm.
I would say about like 15 to actually roll me a d20. Anybody at
Okay,
advantage.
Okay.
I'll roll it.
At advantage.
Are we rolling for death count?
All of us rolling, or
One person roll.
I'm trying to get the thing set up to advance. Someone else might have to do it. I can't.
Yeah,
ever
somebody
get
just
it.
roll in roll 20.
Head is doing that thing.
I got it. I got a 6.
6 and a.
Oh, so 6.
Okay, so 16 people died.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was adding 10 to whatever roll you
Whoa.
got.
Wait, so why?
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Wait, at
you-
advantage. Hang on.
Oh, thank God I rolled low. Then if I rolled a 20, that'd be worse. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Dude, you just killed 16 people, dude.
Bro,
You're
You coulda
also
saved
you're,
5
you're
people.
also in one of the and you're also in the third largest city in the country. So there's like out of a city of like 45,000 people, the fact that only 16 died is a fucking miracle.
Bro, what if I rolled a nat 20 here? That'd be awful.
I was
Add
actually
advantage.
considering to double a nat 20.
Bro!
That would be
Thank-
50 people.
What about in that
Yes,
one?
it would. That one I
Let's
would have
just-
just done 11.
Let's just call it even and
Aw.
say 1,000 people died.
No, bro, no.
Oh, 1,000?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about the COVID death counts on the first day, the first week in yours and I home states? Jay.
Fine.
Jeez.
Yah God will revive them all.
Yeah, God will revive them all.
Jesus. But yeah, no. Basically, it was only the elderly who passed away. Most of them already near the tail end of their lives, where if they'd gotten any other disease, they probably would have died the same way. A couple people are getting slower to heal. Rosny, you see by the second day after the cure. By nightfall, she's up and she's at it. She's basically the one now barking orders. And Willful is trying to stay the fuck out of her way. Yeah, Rosny, as soon as Rosny's good, she has completely taken over the situation again. And you notice, like, whereas Willful is much more of like a hands on the front, Rosny is much more of the person. She's issuing the orders, she's leading it there, and then she is making her own batch all solo.
Mm.
And let me see what she
Damn.
rolls on it. She rolled a 19 on the die.
Pretty good?
Okay.
So yeah, we'll assume that she also makes a really good effort to make that to make that cure. Wow. Rosny rolls well. Holy shit. So yeah, you'll also have to get it going. By nightfall. With that, everyone, say she sits down and talks to everyone as the day is ending. Well, I have to thank you all for making sure I didn't die. That is greatly appreciated.
How does it feel being back in charge, Chief?
Commander, but it feels good.
Same difference.
Not quite. But I'm sure, as Miss Gill has explained, our goal is to be in Fake-Quan. We're going to be here one more day, make sure everyone is back up on their feet, make sure enough batches are created. And say the most at-risk people have been already given the cure first, the elderly and the children. Adults say it seems, according to the notes of Miss Gemshard, have a longer incubation period against the. And on the and when we arrive in Fake-Quan, we will have much to speak on, particularly about the tools she used.
Yeah.
But for now,
We're gonna have to have a real long conversation about that.
take your rest. And if you'll excuse me, I promised Wolfel that we would have word. Willful! As you just hear, oh shit.
Poor Willful.
I mean, he's the one who told his boss that she was gonna stay in bed, and she locked him in the fucking. He locked her in the fucking room.
I mean, he did the right thing.
He did. Also, Jay, shut up. Shut up and chat. He said, yeah,
So-
Fake-Quan, Yagu will stay behind. No! No!
Oh, stop!
He is coming with us.
It's fine. It's fine if I'll just carry Jay.
Yes!
True.
We have
Operate-
figured out that
Cast disguise self.
I can carry. Yago, so I will carry Yago.
Yep. Alright, so yeah, you'll spend about another day here.
Yeah, I am going to actually look around and see if any of the stores are opened up, and or if that one place we checked out has improved any.
Roll me perception checks.
Alrighty. Great talking to you again, Chief. Long may you
Commander.
reign. Oof.
10. Okay, so you see that some shops are still they're still opening back up. There's not any in particular that you find yourself too terribly interested in. off the cuff, but you do see that there is that one apothecary where it looks like the window has been fixed, and hello again. You were the one who was in here earlier that I gave the pastry to, weren't you?
Maybe.
Hello. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to check to see how things were. I got a little bit of a pay. So if you have anything in stock, I was just kind of wanting to peruse around, you know?
Oh, well, unfortunately, I haven't really been able to get anything in new just because, for the physical stuff and the shipping, everyone is still getting back into the swing of things.
Valid. Are you able to sell these cures to anyone, or is the guild is the guild here taking care of
the
that?
guild is mostly
Sorry.
the guild is mostly taking care of that. They did ask me to initially help out. I believe we may have signed each other around the guild, and you probably would have seen her like walk by. You wouldn't have like given any thought to it in the moment, just because like as a changeling she can change her shape, so
Yeah,
you
fair
really
enough.
wouldn't be able to tell which one is her. But yes, overall though, they've said that they've gotten the city to a point where because of how many batches they're making a day, with the process that the local apothecaries we can return to, making our living, whatnot.
That is wonderful to hear. I also noticed that the window is fixed. How
Yes.
quaint. Gosh, it's wonderful to see everything being restored to normal, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you have yourself a wonderful day. I have more work to do. Hurrah.
Have fun.
All right, let's continue with everybody else's thing. Sorry.
All right.
I had one quick question, Hyper. You said I could probably pick up a magic guitar in one of the shops out here, or was that out here or in Fake One?
Baekwon would be a better place to do that, especially
Okay.
because you don't know where the magic shops are here.
Okay.
And in addition to that, just because like the state of the city, it would be a little bit harder to find stuff in here because they haven't been able to get a lot of shipment in lately.
Okay. So I'll wait till Fake One then.
Yep. All right. So the next day, around noon.
Wait,
What?
can Yagu do something?
Absolutely.
It better
I-
not be hide.
No, he has an idea.
Yagu's going to go out into the water and sink to the bottom and hide down there. No, I'm joking. Can Yagu tell his story?
Go for it. We'll say that you go to the local square that is nearby the outpost, and it's an area where like people are collecting. You've seen people starting to go back out into the streets. Oh, and this also reminded me of another thing I need to do after this. But yeah, with that, yeah, you can absolutely go out and do that. Roll me
Do I
a
need to-
performance check
Please don't int.
at advantage.
It's coming slowly. By the way, before I read the story, I'm sorry if it's leaving parts out. I tried my best.
Alright. Is your computer still a bit heating? Does it still heat
I
up?
don't know.
Ooh.
I'm not sure it's my computer anymore. To be honest, I have no clue.
It might be your internet. We have to
Maybe,
we
I
have
just
to
don't
run a
have
speed
internet
test on you.
issues. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, give me one more.
Oh,
That's still
do I
pretty
even
good.
need another roll?
It's at
just in-
advantage.
Just in case you get a nat 20, Jay.
It's coming. She'll be coming round the mountain.
She
What she
comes.
comes.
While we're waiting, I'll tell you guys
Okay,
a good joke.
23.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have to wait anymore.
24. So yeah, with the 24, you go in and tell your story.
Before I tell my story, I have to do a little opening act to get the people going. You know, I'm gonna tell a joke.
It's your joke.
Why was the musician kicked out of the tavern? He was
What?
barred.
Holy
Oh,
Holy
that was good.
shit.
Dude, fuck everybody who doesn't like that one. That was good.
It made
Okay.
me legitimately laugh because I've actually never heard that one somehow.
I actually have 100 dad D&D jokes pulled up on the
Oh
side.
my
so-
god! Fuck you! Fuck
Dude, I
you!
love puns.
Bravo, Jay. Bravo.
All right.
Hit it. Hit the story.
Here's the story. Welcome all to the recent tales of the Irregulators. After a successful voyage, the Irregulators made their names known throughout the land. Once in Rosve, some Gloomstalkers decided to try and pick on the Irregulators, but they should have stuck with someone their own size, because the Irregulators poked holes in them like a paladin's chainmail. Another good dad joke. Unfortunately, though, the city of Rosve was infected with a disease. Willful sent the Irregulators on a mission, and the fearless team took to it bravely. In the sewers, searching for the cure, every opponent that got in their way met the same fate. Josaku was
Did you mention
fearless
that
in
the
every
cure
fight.
came from the sewers?
What?
Should we mention that the cure came from the sewers? I'd be kind of icked out if.
Nah,
go
nah,
back
it's
to
fine.
the
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Josaku was fearless in every fight. Finn was
Sorry.
crafty and obliterated every enemy. Varys tanked up for the team and let nothing pass him. Amelie let out the damage with her hyenas and destroyed everything in her path. Let this be a lesson to any
The
evildoers.
biggest
The
L ever.
Irregulators shall not be stopped, and don't even try and stand in our way. Any foe, any challenge, any mission, we will complete it and continue to do good in the land. To the Irregulators.
Here! As the whole square like erupts into like claps and cheers. That's just like song and speech does that with like the music play. Let's go! Also, by the way, everybody's like, and what of you? People basically ask, it's like, you were there, obviously. Tell us of your contributions.
Yeah, I was there.
People are like basically saying, it's like, come on, don't be modest. What did you
Can
do?
I come
Tell us
in,
what you
just
did.
kick the bar door down?
No, he's
Give
in
them a
town
piece of
square.
my mind?
I would say actually, yeah. About this point, let's say that you start to get back about now. Well, you say you hear it happen.
Lordy.
Did you say
Yeah,
we
I
all
could use
heard
a
it?
drink anyway.
Did you say we all heard it happen?
No, I say that Amelie did because she was out walking. Also, it's not. Remember, Pod. It's not. It's not at a bar. It's out in like the town square.
Right. Oh, okay, fair enough. I remember that venture to the sewers. It was grueling. It was hell. Traps were everywhere. But Yagu here saw every single one of them. Even when our thief Finn was freaking on top of that shit.
Don't fit under a bus. And everybody's like, hell yeah!
Lordy, while our friends were fighting not only slimes but each other.
Roll me a performance check, by the way.
Alright. Performance.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this should be good. Okay, dirty 20, I'll take that.
Okay, yeah,
That's
people
pretty
were
good.
enamored with it. And now you got them like you cheering for Yagu.
Alright. Well, while the rest of us were fighting the sewer slimes as well as each other, Yagu was kept able to keep a level head and blast spells at everyone. Sleep. Another one that I can't remember right now. I think it was Vicious Mockery.
It was.
It was Vicious Mockery. I remember distinctly. Lordy. We'd be doomed if it weren't for this absolutely stellar and dare I say goated turtle man.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
And everybody say it's like, Yago! Yago! Yago!
Yago is
Yago!
cannon!
Yago is cannon! As they're all gassing you up, Jay, yeah!
Yagu is very embarrassed.
But yeah, you see these people like
Hey,
say it's like,
Yago.
T-Regulators, the saviors of Rosme!
I know
Bro,
this.
y'all is
Yagu,
hype
you're
people.
You're getting drinks with me.
Alright, yeah, Amelie is dragging you off. If you would like to resist the strength check, you can.
Yeah, I want to resist.
You're
How do I
gonna
do that?
resist it, okay, roll me, dueling athletics checks.
Thank goodness Yagu is an Olympic athlete.
Conjure animals, 4 wargs on the map, please.
What? No, what?
They're just gonna carry him.
Oh my god,
They're just gonna carry him.
okay, then I guess roll
Damn.
me a strength, check, plus the proficiency bonus of the wargs at advantage.
All right, give me a second because I have a negative strength stat. Yeah.
Wait, I don't know why that rolled again. Oops.
We'll take the 19. You rolled pretty well. Fucking bards.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm pulling up the warg stats. I should just have that bookmarked. +3. Okay, so that gives me a +2 at advantage.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll the strength there. Okay. Was that for you or for the warg?
Oops. The first one was for me. I thought I was rolling.
No. This would be just for the
With-
wargs at advantage. So I'll take that first 15, and then we'll add the wargs stats. So with that, you don't have proficiency in strength. I would say that they don't either, but that +3 actually plus I'm sorry, would they actually have? We'll say that with that. Okay, so yeah, but they are actually having trouble pushing Yagu now.
Well, fine then. I'll just bring your drink to you. And I'm taking my wargs with me.
Yep, as people are saying like, "What the fuck, wargs?" But people will like be wait, why are they pink?
they're more like a volcanic stone kind of burgundy color, you know?
Okay, that freaks people out even more. Like, what the fuck? And as you say, like, no, they're my pets. Don't worry
They're my
about them.
babies.
And everybody's like, okay. As like children are like, mommy, look at the pretty doggies.
This one's spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Jesus fuck. All right, so yeah,
Oh, Lordy, I can't wait to learn Goblin and actually talk to these things. That is going to be so awesome. But yeah, no, take me to the bar. I am getting some liquid cactus.
so yeah, let's you won't be able to find that out here.
Yes.
Well, I'll say that's
fine,
a
maybe
regional
some whiskey.
thing. Yeah, we'll say that y'all spend the night like doing stuff at the bar. Yagu, you get a little bit bashful, but you have people coming up congratulating you guys, doing that kind of thing. Varys.
Hmm?
We'll say that afterwards, that like I said, everybody's like sort of like walking the town after. You're walking around. Oi, kid.
Is it rain?
Yeah, it's Rain. As you see him and a couple of the other sailors having drinks at a say at a place outside. Oi,
He's gonna give you your reverie.
he's not.
Gonna give me
He's not a god. He's not a god, you goons. But lad, I say,
Are you
hey,
sure? It
Varys.
says so in my character notes.
That's because y'all wrote that shit wrong. He's not a god, you dicks.
We're gonna gaslight Hyper into making him a god.
And then he's gonna kill us.
No,
That's
I
his
was
godly
joking
act.
because the fact of like I know what he is or who he is basically, and he's not
What
a
he is?
god.
What are you?
Yes, what he is a human.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
Mister was a human at one point in time.
God acting like a human.
So
True.
Hey,
Dude,
Okay,
that-
continue.
no, hey, here's my thing for you.
I'm sorry.
Mungus.
I'm so
God
sorry.
damn it, go fuck yourselves. Okay, but seriously, he's like, alright, lad. I hear you say, I say that you helped save the city.
I'm assuming they're sitting at a bench somewhere, right? Drinking?
Yeah, they're basically like sitting outside of a bar. I'll say like one
Yeah,
of the
I go join them.
Alright, well, hey. What do you say,
Ah!
lads? What do you say we buy a drink for one of the heroes of Rosray?
I'm not gonna say no to a free drink.
Yeah, lad. I mean, hell, you also helped us on the ship. Shame I won't be
Yeah.
going back on that one specifically.
I just went down a sewer and found some stuff.
Yeah. Fair enough. So yeah, you said you
Well-
have, and y'all have drinks. At one point in the night though, like a couple of the other guys have gotten up. It's like, oi, lad. In case we don't ever see each other again, just remember, it's never too late to repair things. Family. As he holds up like a drink for like one of those like mock toasts, it's like he's basically like similar lines like, I'm not gonna lecture you on it. I just wanted to give that word of advice.
I just share this glass and I'm like, well, you take care of yourself, Rain. Who knows? We might see each other if we stop by a care. I might be there. Where I work out from. Where I beach from.
Possibly. I'm gonna see if I can get one of the ships to take me to, to take me round to, to take me over to, Karatis.
Like Gratis.
Ah, so I got word about about an old friend of mine who could be over there. Figured I may as well stop by, give him a visit. You know, do some work while I'm over there. The dwarves always have some need for some good ship hands. They're not that great at sailing, so they tend to hire a bunch of humans and other taller races, that can, well, see over the bow.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing you're gonna be done with the
As
ship.
you see a halfling say, it's like, that's a little bit racist. Am I wrong, though? I mean, you're not. Then how's it right? Then how is it racist, then?
Oh
Yeah,
god, one of
yeah.
these fucking guys, dude.
It's what well, it's a halfling, so it's like somebody say it's like, hey, they're taller than we are. What the fuck?
I bet there's an amazing halfling sailor out there who's gonna beat the shit out of Rain one day.
Yep. But yeah, no, yeah. So you say that happens. Josaku, Finn, is there anything y'all would like to do with the night?
No.
I have a letter I have the instructions from Willful, right, in his handwriting.
About what?
The directions. So he gave us directions to go to the hideout for the what is it, the preserve and stuff, and it was in his handwriting, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna spend the rest of the night practicing his
Oh
handwriting.
my god, you dick!
No way.
No, Finn's gonna spend the. Wait. Does Finn technically have Lady Aliana's handwriting?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fuck with her.
No,
though.
no, she doesn't. I say no, he
Okay.
doesn't.
Oh, yeah. So one of her goons wrote that. Yeah,
One
you're
of her
right.
goons wrote the map, but also the only thing that you have from her is a number 0.
Fair enough.
Notice that I was very careful to not. I was thinking it's like I didn't even think about the fact of Willful's thing. I thought about yours though, about like giving you a letter for her. It's like, no, that would happen. So that wouldn't happen. Plus, also like the pendant or the ring or whatever would be better for this kind of thing. So it's like a sign of proof because people can forge letters. It's gonna be harder to forge the pendant. All right, so yeah, if you're gonna be practicing Willful's handwriting, I take it that you're gonna be doing this back at the outpost in your room.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Let's say Josaku, what are you up to?
Nothing in particular.
Just
Gonna-
roaming the streets,
gonna-
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. We'll say you do that. We'll say that Amelie and Yagu succeed in getting drinks. Amelie trying to, gas up Yagu. Yagu now being like super bashful as people are coming up, like clapping on the back, like saying it's like thank you for helping save our city. Y'all have become a little bit of local celebrities now.
Nice.
Ooh.
And
Can I get my
Yagu
work
cast
strength?
invisibility and go back to his room.
He can. We'll say that it takes you about 30 minutes before you think about that one and like how you want to do it. So like there's time that you've spent there, but then we'll say at that point, do you want to cast invisibility with it?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, you do it. And I believe when you turn around, Yagu is gone, and you're wondering, how the fuck did the turtle move that fast?
Well, his loss. Can I get some drinks for my dogs?
I will say it is a bad idea to feed dogs alcohol. It is.
More like I'm more like meant like water bowls.
Oh,
like
okay,
water-
yes. It's like, yeah, let me go find some suitable bowls.
All
And they'll do
right,
that.
nice. And get me a nice strong drink too, something that burns.
Oh yeah, they would have already ordered you their first drink. So this one
Okay,
one
nice.
isn't liquid cactus. This one is called changeling chartreuse.
Ooh, fancy.
As you see, as it is sitting there, it actually starts to change. Like, the bottom half looks like that chartreuse color.
Yeah.
but the top half of the drink is actually changing color as it's sitting there. Like every 5-10 seconds, it's like rotating colors. Sort of like a rainbow effect.
Wow.
Be careful with those, small one. This is said to you by like a tall changeling.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna try this.
Yeah, and it tastes pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely does burn, but it sort of has a really strong taste, but it kind of tastes like have you ever had one of those cocktails that are like multiple different fruit flavored things like in one? Like a Rainbow Road or a or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I've
tastes
had
like
a couple of layered cocktails or layered shots.
yeah, it tastes really much like a fruity layered shot with the bottom, sort of say with that chartreuse section, really having like a stronger rum flavor.
Ooh.
Yep.
That does sound pretty good.
Yo ho ho in a
Nice.
bottle of rum.
Alright, I think I'm gonna ask if I can get one to go, and if I can't, I'm gonna end my excursion here at the bar.
One second. Yep. All right. So yeah, excursion to the bar. So you said that will be like the end of it.
Yep. I am going to take that little was I able to get an answer? No?
Answer to
shot.
what? I apologize.
I asked if I could get a shot to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody basically puts it in a little
Nice.
cup. You
Okay.
see like a little I'll say a small disposable looking cup.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Would you say that this is high enough alcohol to burn?
Yeah, with all the mixtures in it, it might not burn as well as some other things. Why? What are you doing?
Nothing. Just putting it in my bag.
Okay. Are you making a Molotov cocktail?
You don't. I don't know. I'm just putting it in my bag, man.
DM to player, there are better cocktails than this for a Molotov.
Well, you know what? I'll just take this one. I'll just
Okay,
take this.
because this is a
I'll
very
take it to
fruity
my
one,
room.
and generally you want more pure alcohol for a Molotov.
Yeah. I will take it to my room and enjoy it in there.
You can set this on fire; it will not explode.
Yeah. I'll enjoy it in my room. Thank you.
There you go.
How much is that going to cost me, by the way?
Fine.
You're a blessing. Take
No,
something.
Technically, you are, based on what y'all did for the city.
I'm leaving him 3 silver as a tip.
Thank you kindly.
I know that's not much, but it's something.
Thank you kindly, young lady.
Not a problem. It's the least I could do.
So yeah, let's see. Finn's being a nerd. Varys is getting free drinks from about everybody in the bar. Amelie got her free drinks. Yaku ran and hid after rejecting the free drinks, and Josaku's just wandering.
Who's just wondering.
Also, Phil saying the yo, what the fuck to do that? Hey Josaku, roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Who's gonna roll on that 20? Jose has great rolls.
A
I'm
10.
feeling lucky though.
You get nope, you do. This is not an advantage.
No, he said he's
Lucky.
feeling lucky.
Oh, feeling lucky. So yeah, okay, with a 19, you managed to avoid anybody super recognizing you based on what people's descriptions have been to you, about you. Because apparently, if you can't tell at this point, word has made its way around the city that it was you guys who did it. Through the thinkers, things like that. The shop owners, everybody's like the saviors of Rosve, or the heroes of Rosve, basically. And then
Lady.
Yagu's shot in the center of town really got everybody galvanized for some happiness. So yeah. So we say everybody goes to bed?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So as y'all go to sleep, Jay, you made this so much easier, by the way.
Oh, before Jay goes to sleep, I want to talk. Can I talk to Jay?
Yeah, you can. I was like, Varys could talk to Yagu.
Yeah.
Still be
Uh,
invisible and hiding?
Your
Can
invisibility
I?
only lasts an hour, dude,
Frick.
and you can only cast it say once per day through the war gong.
And I knock on Yago's door. I'm like, can I talk for a second, Yago?
Yeah, what's up?
Uh, I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the help you gave us, down in the sewers. I know it's been a lot for you, considering you've just been thrown um, headfirst into all the shenanigans we've been dealing with. So, just want to say thank you for all the help you've been, and thank you for being a friend.
It was no problem. I've been looking to prove myself all my life, so this has been my opportunity to make a name for myself.
I mean, dude, you've proven, like, to me, you've proven yourself already. Like, you came in clutch a bunch. Can I also ask you for a
More
small
than you
favor?
know. By the way,
What's
that's
the favor?
pause for a second. As you came in clutch more than once. In like this voice in the back of your mind, Jay says, say in the back of Yagu's mind says, more than you.
Oh God.
But
Literally.
it's like it's a
Yeah.
thing
Oh
where you
no,
think
he's hearing
almost
the
like
voices.
you almost might be hearing things because it's more of like as if somebody was like whispering like right behind your head. But you know that like you're alone in the room and nobody's there, and Varys would have absolutely mentioned it. So you probably think like, it's just probably nothing. So continue, Edge.
And that hyperits on that actually made me remember something I wanted to ask Yagu. Uh, you actually completely forgot about it until you just did this. Uh, could I ask a small favor from you, Yagu? Uh,
Yeah, what's the favor?
based on what we know, you're probably gonna get or maybe a reverie from Lady Illustrator, or like she's in contact with you. She's my patron goddess. It's a goddess of of Galdrin. So could you just, if you do manage to talk to her, like how Finn's talked to Mask a bunch, uh, could you tell her I said thank you? If it's possible, I'd just like talk to her to say thank you in person. If not, don't worry about it.
I'll make sure to mention it if I speak with her again.
Thank you. That's just all I really want. And thank you for being a good friend and for helping us out a bunch. I give him like a pat on the shoulder and walk out.
What was the other thing
What is the other thing?
that you wanted to mention before the Illustrate thing?
No, that was no. I just said like just want to. I mainly came to tell Yagu like I appreciated him, and then you
Ah,
reminded me like, oh shit, I want to mention this about Illustrate because I
so
completely forgot about that.
so yeah, we'll say that actually counted as his godly thing for the night. So as a result, he doesn't have a dream when he goes to sleep.
Frick. I'm sorry, I entered you, Varys.
Oh
No, no. You didn't hit me at all.
This is a thing of like where it was more so a presence of a god making themselves known.
Yeah, you didn't end me at all.
No, it actually gave me a great example way of doing it without getting too deep
Going
into it,
all
just because y'all are a bit far from like places of influence for her. The only reason, like, obviously, if you can't tell, obviously the goddess talking to you guys is Ellis, right? The reason that you can hear her as strongly as you do now is actually because Varys is in your vicinity constantly.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. So with that going on, it's not an int. Shut up. So yeah, we'll say that next day y'all wake up. Everything goes. I'll say as they start to heading out, you see that Rosny is actually waiting for you guys geared up. All right, Watchers, Irregulators, as I believe you have taken to calling yourselves.
Mhm.
It is time for us to depart this city. I suggest you say quick farewells to anyone you need here. Miss Gill, you are also coming with us. Understood? Oi! As you guys see Willful, it's like, I mean, you're not gonna leave without saying bye, are you?
I thought you'd still be stuck in prison after Rosany dealt with you.
No, as much as I would have loved to, let's say, reprimand Willful further for his, say, Mr. Titus further for his insubordination. Unfortunately, I have to concede that he was right. Wow, Rosny admitting that someone else was right. Somebody seriously needs to record this on on a holocrystal. As you see Rosny's hand raise up and it starts to crackle with electricity, I'm gonna shut up before that heads my way. Smart idea, Mr. Titus. Well, thank you for saving my city, guys.
No worries. Least you could do.
Let us know if you need us to do it again, Chief.
Hopefully you won't need to. And I like that. I like that title. Sounds a little bit better than Captain.
Was the Odiog okay?
Was the what?
The Odiog, was it okay?
Oh yes, we found the one that we did, and I sent a couple. And apparently one of our healers did give it a little bit of a touch up. It did, in fact, lead us to a small area inside inside the laboratory as a result, where it had us follow it, and it did show us a couple other creatures that she had kept locked up.
Huh.
By the way, y'all did not explore the full laboratory.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Nope. But yeah, and as a result, my people were able to heal those out. Thankfully, we managed to make it to where all of them understood. None of them attacked us. A couple charm spells here and there really went a long way. You did good things here, kids. And also, it won't go unrewarded.
We certainly hope not. We
Sounds
don't
good.
do this for free. As much as we would love to, we can't afford to.
I think you'll be in for a nice surprise. I'll say down the road. Anything I should
Wonderful.
know about Mr. Titus? No, Commander. I think you're fine.
Like Willful.
Yeah, as you can tell, like, Willful is the slightly insubordinate one who, like, is like, get shit done at all costs, whereas, like, Rosny's the stick-up-her-ass, hard-ass, like, commanding officer. Because the Thinkers basically run themselves like a military regiment to an extent, but not like a full one. More of, they have, their rank is based on military titles, and as a result, like, Rosny being Miss Stick-Up-the-Ass is a little bit like that. So, yes. I take it you have already done the duty of prepping a portal. Waiting on you guys.
I just go to shake Willful's hand before we head out.
Yep. But yeah, Phil, his full name is Willful Titus.
I like that
Steal
name.
it eventually. How are you gonna steal a name, dude?
I've done it before, dude.
Yeah, where do you think Stefan Minecraft came from? Okay, so for those of you that don't know, also Jay used to be like a big name in the Minecraft community too. So like,
Wait, Jay did Minecraft shit?
Jay was
Yes, sir.
Jay did a
Yo,
lot of
I was-
Minecraft shit back in the day.
I was a 10,000 follower Minecraft streamer.
Yo, what the
Dude,
fuck,
what?
Jay?
Been stealing
Playing
your
with a fucking celebrity this whole time? He just keeps getting cooler, dude.
Who's the streamer that you hung out with a fair bit? What was his name?
There's quite a lot of people that I'll name drop, but the one that I think is the coolest is I have been on a team in an event with Vicstar123.
Wait, you know
yo,
One, two,
wait.
three?
Yo, big connections.
Dude, I used to watch Rickstar 1-3 as a kid all the time. Like, I still kind of watch Sidemen videos every now and then.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
my
that
God.
Vic? Wait, that Vic?
Yeah,
Oh
Vic,
shit!
dude.
I just started getting into Sidemen content. I didn't realize it was even that same Vic. Holy shit!
Dude, what the fuck? Dude, Jay is popular as shit.
Yo!
Everybody loves Jay.
oh my god.
No
I have to
wonder
mute for the
Yagu's,
rest of the night.
You're welcome.
No-
But yeah,
no wonder
with
Yagu's
that,
a billionaire.
yeah, we'll say that you'll all start to go through the portal. I think, unless anybody has any other goodbyes or anything that they want to do before they leave town. Most of your goodbyes and stuff were done last night, though.
Yeah.
Can Yagu hide and not go through the portal?
No. Rosny is watching you.
Can I cast something on Rosny?
You can try.
You sound like it's not a good idea, so I won't.
Oh, it's very much not a good idea.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready to go. I don't think I have anything else I need to do in.
Yeah,
Big
by
One.
the way, she might have a +10 to one of her saving throws against magic stuff, so yeah,
Uh,
good luck with that. So yeah, y'all all walk through, and then y'all pop out in a very similar looking building. Y'all are now in, say, it's like, well, I guess we might need to make introductions here. As you see
I'll
that
see
you are
you.
in, so, again, a very similar looking outpost here. Everyone. As she clicks a button on the portal room, as you then see an image of the city you're in.
Ooh.
That's a
Ooh,
gorgeous
that's
city.
Welcome
pretty,
to
and also, why does it feel familiar?
Welcome to Faequan,
I think it's because
Ah,
Hyper
okay.
showed us picture ones.
the
Yeah.
city of
I
innovation.
see. Okay, yeah.
And for Jay, for Yagu,
Mm-hmm.
this is a welcome home. So yeah, y'all are here. It's like, well, I guess we should not waste time, should we? We have an important task to attend to. But Sia's eyes are like glued to the window because it's showing like this magical overview of Faequan. It's like so beautiful. Such a pretty city. Also, how are you doing this? A magical viewfinder. It's not the only view I can give you of the city. As you see one that's like this is definitely like the outside of the crater.
Ooh.
Well, like this is like where like on the side of the mountain, if you see up towards the top, say if you saw up towards the top of it, this is that area that sort of like pokes out, and there's more of the city on the other side of the wall.
Mhm.
There's not as much. The main like centers of commerce and stuff are obviously here, with that big island in the center being the Grand College. Say, and then our destination, the Grand College of say of Faequan.
Did Rosny? Did Rosny? Sorry, Rosny get the whole story of what happened?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
She basically would have strangled Willful, say, for it outside of it. Say if he didn't give it to her. Also, you guys notice something? Say we'll say that y'all start walking through the streets of say of not Rosway, of Faequan now.
Mhm.
And something that you immediately notice is that unlike a lot of the cities that you've been to, this is the first one where you see a lot of stacked buildings. It seems like they're much more efficient on space here. You see a lot more technology than you are used to. This is very much living up to the title of the City of Innovation.
Okay. Cool.
City's too smart for me.
It's a little cramped, don't you think?
Oh, quite the opposite. It is efficient, Miss Rotier. It is basically that we build our buildings taller so that way more people can fit in there. More people means more more progress, more economy, more innovation.
Fair
Taekwon
enough.
is the greatest city in the world, and it is because it is the smartest city in the world.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
And this is your noble district, or do all people live like this here?
So you could see like this is a little bit more of like a mid to upper class district. It's like Faequan doesn't have a real. How should I say it? There's no slums in Faequan. We've used technology to help integrate down to the basic aspects of daily life and made everybody's life easier. And Yagu, you would know that while there is sort of like a quote unquote lower class district, and she's pretty much telling the truth. Lower class in Faequan would be considered middle class in pretty much any other city in the world.
And there's also some lower intelligence people.
Yeah, but most of the time it's not like,
Me.
docked against them, for example.
Hey, what are you saying?
Thankfully,
What are you saying? Yago, I ain't that smart.
Yes.
no.
And just because someone is not of intelligence to attend the college doesn't mean that there aren't facets for them as well. We have the lower, or say we have the what is called the upper district, which is actually the, I guess you could say is the lower class of Baequan, but I do not believe I am the one who's best able to tell you about that. Mr. Retsam, if you could describe where you're from.
Uh,
Did you not think I couldn't tell that you said that you dressed like someone from Baequan?
Was it the mustache that gave it away?
No, actually, it was the cloak.
I keep forgetting that Yagu has a mustache.
But the mustache did, I would say, did add a little bit of my suspicion, simply because of the fact that only here in Fei Quan would we have actually had the technology that could actually allow you to grow that.
And it's very well kept.
It is, I have to admit, Mr. Retsam. You, you did a good. I say whoever had that applied for you did a good job. I assume it was probably. If I was gonna guess, I would say it was probably Rogier. And she's right. It was a basically someone who like applies like things like that. Like somebody wants to grow like an extra beard or like they have bald spots and whatnot. Or if they are a race that normally doesn't grow hair and they would like to, like Goliaths or Turtles, Rogier can help provide that service. He also dabbles as a sort of like a stylist and salonist.
Gosh dang it. Yo, I forgot I have a beard too now. I keep forgetting that I have that.
Wait, since when?
I think we talked about it a while back then. Because Varus was half elf, he could grow facial hair, and he started growing it out.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's not quite as like glorious as like
No.
Finn's beard.
No, but because he's half elf, right? Like it's not like he can grow.
By the
proper
way-
beard, but he's been growing one out.
Finn, how would you have been keeping your beard? Like,
I have not been keeping it. It's just like completely wild.
oh, okay. Yes. And given where we are going, I will need to do one thing. As she snaps her fingers, and you notice that like any dirt, any grime, any scuffs in your clothing or whatnot have now been cleaned up. Finn, your beard is now clean. It's like seemingly trimmed a tiny bit. You notice that your hair feels like it's been combed, and this goes for like all of you as well. Varys, you notice that your beard has been like a little bit like stylized a little bit, but it actually like you can just feel the difference on your face. You look over at a local window and you see it actually looks pretty solid. She basically 5-cast prestidigitation on all of you.
Yeah, because I think he started growing it when we left for Kurum, and he hasn't like really done anything
Nope.
since then. But also, his doesn't grow as fast as I think Finn's does.
No, well, no, Finn's grew overnight because of the Boots of Chaos kind.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, no, it's the boots, dude.
Yeah. Whereas I think because he's half elf, his beard takes much
I was
longer to
absolutely
grow.
gonna fuck with you if I was gonna give you Boots of Elven Kind in session 1.
Wait, I can do that with prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation is basically one of those like the way I play
No,
it is
Finn was asking that
Uh,
in character.
and then Rosny will say, yes, prestidigitation has a lot of practical uses. People often use it to clean themselves up, to make things more kept. As a result, I just quickly used it to make sure that you looked presentable given where we're going.
Yo, Finn, you can clean up my beard for me with that?
Also,
I didn't know I could. I know you can clean stuff up. I didn't know I could clean up the beard, but hey, I could
it's more so-
make some money with this.
It doesn't feel like full trim, by the way. It just feels like more like if you had any wild ends, it seems like those like straightened out and like looped back in. Basically, it didn't like give you a full on haircut. It just basically styled your beard a little bit. It made it like a little bit more crisp and clean. It's not like a full going to a salon.
And Yagi says, yeah, you can use it like this. And can I cast prestidigitation and turn off a nearby streetlight?
It's the middle of the day, so none of the lights are on right now. But
Just turn it on instead.
But I will say, there was a small sign next to you. There was like a almost LED thing where it was like a little bit of magic, where basically there was a small pig that was pointing towards a fire as if to say like, hey, this is a barbecue style joint, and the bottom light of the torch goes out and puts it back into, and it is now in your hand.
So this is the power of true magic wielders.
Oh please, this is nothing, Mr. Fairplay. When we get to the college and you are done with your task, I will be happy to show you the power that a true artificer, I say that a true artificer can bring to you. Trust me. As she like makes her hands like generate electricity to the point of like where the light of day is actually starting to like pale in comparison to like the electric blue of the lightning. I can show you what magic can truly do.
Okay, it's not a contest though, but that's cool too.
Ah, my eyes. Put that away.
As she
No
then
one
turns
wants
them
to
off.
see that.
Oh, I beg to differ. As you see a bunch of people like clapping, it's like, it's Frosty! As she gives it like a little bit of a bow, basically. You can tell that she's proud of her accomplishments with the gauntlets and that she enjoys showing off her smarts.
Mhm.
By the way, the Stormhand gauntlets are actually stupid. Uh, they do basically if you cast them with a 4th level spell, uh it does 12d6.
The fuck?
Ouch.
Yeah, I made it to where it's basically a way to supercharge lightning bolt. On a 3rd level spell, it does 3d6, and you can even use it with a 1st level to basically basically only do 3d6.
I thought what you did was pretty cool, Yagu.
Yeah, Yago, you the goat.
It was, but I will have to ask that you don't do it again on local lights, just because of the fact that now somebody has to go back and magically fix those. As she prestidigitates and the lights comes back on. Not that it's that difficult, but still.
And then I press the digitate again. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, yeah. But no, we shouldn't keep say the people waiting. I'll say we are headed to the to the Grand College. Professor Equus is waiting for us. And Jay, if you would like to roll me a history check, you can see if you know that name.
Rick. It's coming around the mountain.
Yeah,
We can just assume it's going to be like a 4. Yagu rolls are pretty useless.
they are
Oh,
not.
Cap.
You are full of
Cap.
shit. 7.
Cap.
Okay, so you can't remember exactly where you heard the name, but that name is remarkably familiar. Like, it's on the tip of your tongue who that is. Professor Equus. Iquis, by the way. But yeah, and then you'll start to walk over. You'll see basically a lot of the things the city has to offer in like the heart of the the best side of the district. It's not a far walk. It only takes about like 10 minutes to get to the bridge, and then you'll start walking over to the Grand College.
I shouldn't be surprised that's this big.
Yes, it's the largest archive of information and knowledge in the world, as well as the greatest place of learning, say, on the face of Avalon. If I was not the tank if I was not the tank commander, I would be a professor. All right, as y'all start walking in, y'all start going in, and the inside of this place, by the way, imagine Hogwarts mixed with like fucking Stark Tower. Like, it is technology everywhere. There's magic. You see people like practicing various things. You see one person who is running through the hallway, basically saying, like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I messed up!" As you see like an ooze. So find him. Good grief! As Rossi basically puts her hand and then blasts a lightning bolt at that ooze, which then instantly just gets blasted the fuck apart by it. Young man, I suggest next time you create a sort of an ooze experiment that you make sure that you have ways to handle it. Commander Rosny, yes, ma'am. As you hear another guy basically, I'll say off in another part, you hear an explosion. And as you walk by, y'all walk through a small courtyard, and Josaku, not only do you see people holding magic swords, you see one in particular that very much catches your eye.
Oh?
You see a dude with a rapier, basically, like, he is basically like in his Zen pose, and he is there with 2 other students where they are obviously practicing it. But his hands are clapped together. The rapier is moving around in the air around him, blocking and deflecting at his thoughts.
Oh. Do we have time, Rosny?
Unfortunately, no. If you would like to practice against one of the students, you may do it later. Also, because I didn't fucking build a stat block out for that, I kind of just made it up on the spot. But you could tell, like, this is definitely a place where the majority of people here look like they're anywhere from 16 to, mid-20s. You see some professors walking around that are basically all age ranges above that. But yeah. Also, yes, but yes, definitely a College of Swords bard. Fuck you guys. Yeah, as I'll start to get inside of it, you'll start to get into this room, into this lab, and then you'll start going up, and you'll see something that says, Professor Kolik Equus. Let me post this real quick for you guys. That way y'all can have this spelled for your notes. Kolik Equus. As then you'll walk in and you'll open the door and you see that this is a lot of if you remember the Indiana Jones movies, how Indy's office looked, where it had like historical artifacts around everywhere, it had various books about ancient history, things like that around. It's filled to the brim like that. Like this looks very much like an Indiana Jones style office to an extent. But there are various, like there's one section where you see off this great telescope, you see like various constellation maps on the wall, various Earth or not Earth, Avalon maps. Various things of worlds that you have no idea what the hell they are. Things kind of thrown around everywhere. One moment.
Could you type in the name into chat again?
I did, into Hougeki Heroes chat.
Thank you. Can you pronounce it? Kulek
Equus.
Kulek Equus. Okay.
Also, by the way, one moment. Miss Nizgil. And that is a name that you recognize instantly, as well as a voice you recognize, Yagu.
Uh-oh.
As you'll see a very pretty Emerald Dragonborn poke her head about, wearing, thin-rimmed glasses, wearing like a simple student thing. Everyone, it's like, oh, hello everyone, and oh, Yagu! It's so nice to see you again!
Oh,
I don't see Lydia.
Lydia?
I was about to say, damn, he's cute.
She. This is a she. Remember that Dragonborn are technically lizards, so they don't have boobs.
Well, she's cute. She's actually really cute.
Yeah, and you can tell like she's got that sort of like that Hermione style like look to her, where it's like you can tell it's like very the very bookish look, similar to Sia, but taller, a little bit more lithe. Again, Emerald Dragonborn kind of thing. She has a small gizmo hovering behind her, like a small floating clockwork contraption. It's like, oh, hello everyone. Oh. Professor Equus said we would have guests. I didn't expect you here, Yagu. Your family, by the way, came asking. Came asking where you'd gone, though. But I'm happy to see you're alive and okay. Oh, is it? She's putting two together. Are you guys all here about something that we can help you with? Well, yes, Miss Nizgil.
Something like that.
If you do not mind, Miss Nizgil, I would like to wait until Professor Equus gets back before we do it. I'm right here, Rosny.
We were supposed to be here a bit earlier, but we were helping out on Rosway a bit.
As you guys see on one of the top levels of these bookshelves, a Aarakocra with sort of like brownish feathers going around. I did not find a good picture for him, but I will find one soon. Doing there also has like glasses, but you can tell like this guy, he's got like a couple like scars here and there, like a couple like cuts where you can see like the feathers are parted. But yeah, it's like you could see that this doesn't look like your typical bookish professor. He very much gives off the Indiana Jones vibe of he's a professor, but you could tell this dude's seen some shit kind of thing. Yes, you were. Now, Miss Havenglade, Commander Havenglade, then. What brings you to my office? What can me and my assistant help you with? as you realize where you've heard this name, Yaku, this is Lydia's professor that she's getting basically she's working to become a professor of archaeology and of ancient history. And that this is her mentor. Hedge, did you really just say that you would wingman him when her professor's at Arakakra?
I didn't realize. I completely forgot the Arakocra part. I
Yeah,
just said wingman.
he's got two large brown wings like sticking out of his back as he like all of a sudden like
Nice.
he leaps over. I would say as opposed to like walking down the stair like over the railing, he just like leaps over it and like slowly starts to like flap his wings to like float down. You see paper scatter a little bit everywhere. As then Lydia's little gizmo and another gizmo that was following Professor Equus start to catch the papers and sort of like stack them up and clean them up. Ah. Good job, Archimedes. And the same for you, Sappho. I just took ancient Greek names and I gave it to the fucking gizmos. But yeah, actually no, not Sappho. No, what was the actual name I had? I don't know why I said that one. No, it was Diana. That was the name I gave to Lydia's, was Diana. Lydia's gizmo is called Diana. So yeah, it's like, oh, thank you as well, Diana. As you see them give like little like flashes of light and approval and sort of thinking, it's like, well, what can we help you with, Commander? I've been told that you had something that was in my area of expertise, but they didn't really fill me in. It's a little bit of a sensitive subject. Tell me, what have you heard about the primal reveries? The primal reveries? Those are a myth, aren't they? Aren't they, Professor? Supposedly they are, my dear.
We are.
But something tells me by your faces that the rest of you believe otherwise.
Professor, how?
Please, dude,
Should
take a seat at the table. This may be a long conversation, and I feel we should get comfortable. Lydia, I did just prepare a thing of tea, didn't I? Yes, Professor. Archimedes, can you go fetch the tea? As you see this like little whirring robot like fly off.
And I just look at him. Professor, did you hear what happened in Rosway a few days ago?
Yes, supposedly it came down with a terrible sickness, but I've heard as of late that it's been solved. That wouldn't happen to have been you, was it?
Us, especially Yago. Yago came in
Congratulations, that Yaku,
and
you
Yago came in real
helped
clutch.
save a whole city?
He saved my life too.
He saved. Yeah, he saved. To be fair,
Wow.
he saved all of our lives.
He's a better
Anyone
man.
other than Yagu may roll an insight check. Anyone other than Yagu
Oh,
may
that's
roll an
actually
insight
really good.
check.
Can I intercept? Can I
no.
skip Jasaka's ability?
Say
Oh,
what?
why not?
I need Jasaka's ability intercept.
What?
It was almost an 18.
Yo, wait, the nat
Holy
20?
shit! Holy shit!
The nat 20.
Wait, hold on. I rolled a nat 17, but my D&D Beyond stopped working for a second.
We'll say nat 17 plus let's say like 4. I don't know what your bonus
No,
is.
my insight isn't that. Hold on, I'm reloading it real quick. I don't know why. Wait,
Oh yeah.
I can't.
Okay, so
So, Hyper, can you help me for a second?
What's up?
It's computer issues. Every time I type, instead of doing what I want to do, my Firefox is just pulling up stuff when I start typing.
what do you mean typing?
Like when I press the D button, the bookmark, this thing shows up.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Also, yes, Phil, I picked the music specifically for these to have like the sort of like that cool feel. By the way, Finn doesn't realize a shit. Josaku also doesn't realize shit.
Aw.
Wait, is the Insight Wisdom?
Yes, it is.
I think I have a +1, so 18.
18? Okay, yeah. You don't notice shit.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
But Amelie, you
With the
notice
nat
like
20.
a little bit of like flutter in Lydia there. That's it, really. It's like, Yaku, you helped save an entire city?
I just tagged along with my new friends here, and
I'm gonna restart my
Did my
PC and I'm
best.
gonna be back in a sec.
Go for it, Hedge. Don't sell yourself short, my boy.
He did
Surely, I'll
incredible
say,
work.
take credit for your accomplishments. If you don't, someone else will, and then as a result, their legend will unjustly grow, whereas yours will stay the same. I'll say, take pride in your accomplishments. Always claim what is yours.
I'll try my
And by the
best.
way, you can tell this professor is the kind of person where it's like, I'll be damned if I'll let anybody take any credit for my archaeological finds. So yeah, doing that, and yes. So right about now, we'll say that the tea comes back, and it's like, so, the reveries, yes. Supposedly, series of weapons made by gods to fight another god? Myths, mostly. A lot of stories. A couple, let's just say, extravagant people. Simeon! You hear CSA. Yes, Professor Simeon. And at Carrion College, in particular, believe that the reveries exist. I've never put much stock into them just because I have yet to find anything that would truly indicate as to their existence. I have heard tales that Simeon was given access to a certain archaeological find in a care. I've not been able to find the time to do with it myself. I actually just got back a few days ago from it. And Yagu, you would remember that she did, last time you spoke to Lydia, you did hear her say that Professor Equus was off on some sort of trip. And it was just one that, like, just due to her studies and whatnot, she wasn't allowed to go on that one specifically. Yes, unfortunately, I wasn't able to quite, I was able to find what I was looking for, but it wasn't as easy as I would have expected, so as a result, I just got back. But, yes, Simeon didn't find one, did he? I'll say these mythical primal reveries. Anyone?
Sorry. Could you repeat the question?
I'll say he asked, did Professor Simeon, the professor at Carrion College, who Argus had mentioned before, would investigate the mausoleum? He was saying Simeon didn't find one of these primal reveries, did he?
Not Simeon, I don't think. We might have think that somebody else might have found one. At least I have a theory about what might have been in that mausoleum, but that's me.
I put Drake siphon down on the table. This is what was in there.
Interesting. Do you mind if
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
All right.
You can identify it, but don't touch it or hurt you.
I appreciate the heads up. As you then see, like, Lydia basically, like, do that, and, like, you can see her basically trying to cast Identify. She does it. It's like, Professor, it's not letting me read it. Oh, that's just rude.
Did it insult you too?
How did you... Does it do
It
that
does
to
that.
everyone?
Yeah, everyone, I think.
That is because, my dear, it was created by the god Mask. As you hear a new voice come in. As you look over and see at the door, that it is open. There are two automatons standing there, or two basically mechanical beings. And then, behind them, two very large Warforged. And I'm talking like very large, like the size of Argus, basically, holding big ass axes. But in front of them is an older, smaller halfling. Let me see if I can find the image real quick. Everyone say hello. I'll say, oh, as you see, Professor Equus, Rosny, and Lydia basically stand up and like bow their head. Yagu, you know who this is too. This is the leader of of Golsham, Headmaster Ulcer Lonebrace.
I'll also bow my head.
Yeah, Yagu bows his head when he walks in as well.
Did you put his name in chat, Hyper?
Yes.
Oh yeah, just because I just came back. Did we tell them about Hellerona and Serpent's Melody yet?
Not yet. They had just started to talk about the reveries when Ulcer came in. By the way, say this guy is widely known as the smartest man alive. Say the smartest person alive.
Second smartest to Lydia. No, I'm just...
Lydia is smart, I will admit. For a sorcerer, she is very intelligent. But no, she does not hold a candle to it. And on his head, in addition to the picture, you see a pair of golden goggles with rainbow eyes in them. And in your head, Finn, you say, "Oh, fuck you, Ogma." As you say, "Well, hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'll say this is my school and my country. I am Ulcer Lonebrace, headmaster of the Grand College and leader of the Golshemite Brotherhood. Welcome. And I hear you have something of interest that I might actually be able to provide a little bit of insight into."
I raise my hand up as well.
Yes, Mr. Rivers.
Uh,
This is the world's smartest man. You ain't getting
yeah.
shit on him.
Yes, I guess. No, it's more like, how do you know my name, right? And then
The
I raise
world's
my hand
smartest
like,
man.
yeah.
Somebody knows what
Headmaster,
he's in for.
just to get you on track, because you probably would like to know this. Erudition. Someone wanted to kill you recently to get their hands on it.
Interesting.
Nora was her name. She doesn't have erudition anymore. She doesn't want to get her hands on erudition anymore because she has Serpent's Malady. And again, that was the cause of what happened in Rosway that we figured out.
Say Nora. And he then says it. By the way, he just said it's like her real name was Sayonara.
Yes, okay. Oh, one more thing. The figured I should just let you know all this. The person that caused all the problems in Rosway was an ex-student of the college.
I've been told it was
Hello?
Miss Gemshard.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
okay.
A brilliant young woman, not as brilliant as she would have. Wait, Hellerona?
Yeah.
As you hear like Lydia say, it's like, oh my god. She was the one that caused that sickness?
Yes, she said she wanted to appear as the savior of Rosway and give out a cure, and then she'd be re-accepted back into the college.
She was smart. But not as smart as she feared and too smart for her. I'd say not as smart as she believed, but too smart for her own good. I'd say we were friends when I was here, but got kicked out for a reason. Yes, not something that we need to particularly rehash. For a lot of you, I will say that her experiments did not exactly use completely ethical test subjects.
Yeah, we figured.
Yes. I've read Mr. Titus's report about, I'll say Captain Titus's report about your findings in the sewers of my home. Which, before we get further, you all have saved my home, my people. Not as many people know this, but I'm actually from Rosway. We're up there, say a long time ago. I've been on this world well over 100 years. Long past that. But no one ever truly forgets where they're from. And as a result, I have a gift. Mr. Rotier,
Yes.
if you would step forward.
I'm not gonna not step forward.
As you do, then what happens is Blitzcrank, Oriana, if you could give Miss Rotier, say, a slight bit of privacy or Blitzcrank, if you could give Miss Rotier some privacy while Oriana gives her gift, that would be much appreciated. As then all of a sudden, around you, you see like this other robot, like his arms extend, and it like drops a curtain around you as the female automaton is standing in front of you, as she starts like just yoinking armor and stuff off of you.
I beg your pardon?
As you then see, it's like, again, like, it's just that happening, but it's happening so fast that you're not really, like, getting able to, like, do that, and then slide something on you. Curtain drops, and you'll see Amelie actually in a new outfit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Pod, I would like you to
okay.
add.
I'm less angered.
I would like you to unequip the studded leather armor, and I would like you to add the dress of defense.
Ooh, okay. Wondrous item. Wonderful.
Take a read as to what it does.
Yeah, give me just a second.
Motherfucking aim distract us with
Ooh.
strength over
Ooh,
here.
that's really pretty. That is really pretty.
Oh.
I love that item
Yeah.
appearance.
Uh-huh. And are you reading what it does?
Reading it now. Ooh, plus
Does
one
Blitzcrank have a 20-second
AC.
cooldown, Heather?
This is
Also, I
command
could not
word.
resist the option. So the thing I was wanting to see if I could come up with anything other than Blitzcrank, but I was like, nah, that's not a reverie, by the way. It is not a reverie.
I can't wait to find
Ooh.
out.
Oh, let's go another reverie to the book.
I can't wait to. I can't wait to see Camille roaming the streets of Fikwan.
I almost named the male robot Victor, but I figured, nah.
And to be fair,
Yeah, that's
Victor
gonna
is a
be
cool
it.
robot.
But yeah,
What's it called?
it is the dress of defense. Basically, what it does is it has a base thing of +1 to your armor class, in addition to your base armor. If you are not wearing armor, then a number of times equal to your half your proficiency bonus each day, you may activate it. So for 1 hour, +3 will be added to your armor class. So basically, it is
Nice.
like a dress of blade song, effectively.
Dude, what the
Nice.
fuck? This is insane.
It's a strong item. It's not as perfect as, like, armor if you have proficiency in it, because it does have, like, limitations, because it is basically only a +1. It is basically a +1 leather that can add +3 to its armor class.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's
like
still
the
really cool.
best thing, but yeah, it's something that I felt like particularly. I felt like it would be very appropriate for Amelie. The dress of defense.
I like that.
Because sometimes you don't have to give up style for substance.
I can appreciate this. Extra.
As you see it. Also, by the way, the dress looks gorgeous. Also, another
yeah.
another factor of it you may appreciate, as he then puts a firebolt in his hand, walks up to you, and actually holds it over one of one of the ends of the dress over it, and it is not catching on fire.
Nice. Wow, so y'all had time to keep me in mind. You've been working on this for a while, huh?
I started yesterday.
Bro started yesterday.
I'm sorry. What?
Bro started
you
yesterday, dude.
Job well done.
The world's smartest man. Mr. Fairplay.
And your friend's getting something caught.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is just as well to be. I would say it is every bit as good to not be seen, but as well not be heard. As you see, the robot that he called Oriana extends out her hand to you, and there's a ring in her hand.
Wait, is that a ring of invisibility?
It is not.
I mean, we just met. I don't know if like this
It
is
is
the
not
proper.
like it is not like that. I would like you to put it on.
Oh,
And-
okay. I
and-
put it on.
I would like you to add the Ring of the Mute Mage to your inventory.
Ooh.
Basically, if a spell is only of verbal components, you may instead cast them using subtle somatic components. Effectively, verbal spells that would normally break your stealth now will not.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Getting
that's
some
so
goodies.
dude, that's so badass.
Uh-huh. Credit to Griffith's saddlebag for some of these items, because, like, for 3 of them in particular, or sorry, for 4 of them are from Griffin's saddlebag, and they're really, like, cool stuff, and then one of them is just an item that I've always liked. I've always thought, like, it's just a really cool item,
Yeah.
and I've never really been able to use, just because I don't normally play this class. You'll see which one that is in a second.
Yeah,
May you use
I
it
was
to stay
Googling stuff on
silent
the
when you
different-
need to. Mr. Fairplay. But don't be afraid to get loud when you have to.
Well, that shit's cool.
Mr. Rivers. Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, we'll come to you second. I'll say we'll come to you last.
It's a reverie.
No, none of these are reveries. You can tell that they're like uncommon or rare magic items. Hold up, I'm trying to remember Yagu's last name. It's not Yagu's last name. Josaku's last name. Mr. Ito.
Yes.
As you then see a compartment in Blitzcrank's chest open up, and you see a pair of boots pop out of them. They are a normal, say they're a certain like shade of blue, and they actually go well with Revelation.
Yo.
I would like you to add the boots of cloud jumping to your inventory. Boots of the cloud jumper. While wearing these boots, you may jump once while in the air as if you left from solid ground. You cannot jump farther than your remaining movement would allow, and you treat all jumps made this way as if they were standing jumps. Basically, you have double jump now.
Yo. My deepest
You're muted,
gratitude.
Hedge.
Jose can fly now.
No, he cannot fly, but they will
He
also
double jump.
They will also prevent fall damage within reason, but he can double jump up to his maximum movement.
That's 60 feet of. He can.
No, you cannot dash with these to do that.
No, but he can. So he can jump 30 feet. How far?
Basically, with this one, it'll allow him to like make a standing jump where he can get like, we'll say like 10 to 15 feet, and then he can get another one with another standing jump in the air. He basically does have a Mario double jump.
Let's go. You have my deepest gratitude.
Mr. Retsam.
It's an honor to meet you, Grandmaster.
Headmaster.
Headmaster, sorry.
No. Yeah, that's just something that's like. But he is still like considered like the Grandmaster of Artifice in this world. As he then pulls out a cloak that you can tell is of very, very fine, very fine quality, and you can tell it kind of just shimmers as he moves it. I would like you to add an uncommon glamour weave to your inventory.
I don't know how to do that, so you have to tell me how.
Let me see if I can get you going there.
You want me to share screen?
It should be in the base. Let me make sure. Oh, son of a bitch. Is it one of those items where it's like...
It's from Eberron, Rising from the
I
Dead.
might not actually have it, so I'll have to make one for it. But basically what a glamour weave does, the uncommon, say an uncommon glamour weave. Let me pull up the D&D Beyond page for it. Equipment. It's not doing it. Magic items. So what an uncommon glamour weave does is you can use a bonus action to make a moving illusory pattern within the cloth. In addition, you can have the pattern rise and glow from the cloth, so as a result, basically you can make it be a living show around you. And when you make a charisma performance or charisma persuasion check while wearing the glamour weave, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the check. Once you use that property, it can't be used until the next day.
Dude, that's fucking insane.
It is a very fun item, and is one that I've always wanted to use as a player, but I don't play bards for the most part. Like Callista, the one from the one-shot pod, was one of the first bards I've actually played.
I don't know if that's any good.
Oh, it is a very good item. Basically, like your performance checks, you get even better at them, and in addition to that, basically you have stuff that will make you more charismatic, and you can use a bonus action to cast illusory, basically minor illusion as a result.
Dude, you essentially got like a camouflage cape that also makes you more charismatic.
It's not exactly camouflage. It's a pattern. So like, it's not like a cape of camouflage, but it can also like give you like certain abilities to your performance checks and your perception checks. I'm sorry, not perception, persuasion checks. It's basically one that it will make you do bard stuff better.
Mhm.
And it's
Thank
very
you
cool.
very much, Headmaster.
Of course, my boy. And Mr. And also, say before, actually, he's gonna say it over there. I forgot to say the lines I had prepped for Josaku and for Yagu. Say, may the say for Josaku, may the fleet of foot also find the clouds as their perch.
Fleet of foot.
I didn't even think about that. Fuck you. Shut up. And then for Yagu, you are more capable than you realize, young man. Make sure, let this basically be a representation of your true ability. It is as it is to make others around you inspired. Inspired by your words. Roll me a history check really quick, Josaku.
Okay.
Oh, not Josaku, Yagu. Why did I say Josaku?
Oh, dang. Well,
Yeah, that's a good roll too.
a shame.
Can I just take Josaku?
I will say if you want to add, what is your modifier for it? Because I will let you take the 17 on the dice. I'm sorry, the 19 on the dice.
Mine's a +1.
+1. Okay, so a dirty 20.
Wait, mine's a rolling. It's almost done.
If yours is better, we'll go with it. Otherwise, we will take the.
Oh,
We'll,
oh my god!
No,
Let me take Josaku's.
yeah, we're taking Josaku's because then you will know
Thanks,
that Lydia.
Josaku,
We will
carrying
say
me.
that Lydia's favorite
I
instrument
got you.
is the bagpipes.
Yo!
Oh my
Yo! We need to get Yago to put on a performance of music.
No, but yeah, and also like again, the glamour weave is an item that will help him be a better bard. And Mr. Rivers,
Yes, sir.
no matter where you find yourself, as far from home as possible, that you carry home with you on your back. And he presents to you a cloak, a coat, a very nice cloak of black and gold, like not like more like a jet black, like a night sky black kind of thing, with gold trim. I would like you to add the Captain's Pride to your inventory. Captain's Pride.
Inventory manage.
By the way, let me post you guys the picture of the Captain's Pride.
Equipment. And do I attune to it, Hyper?
Yeah, we'll say go ahead and attune to it.
Okay, what does this thing do?
Okay, before you read into it, Hedge, before you read into it, if you were to give yourself a symbol, what would it be? Because on the back of it currently, it shows a skull and crossbones on the back.
What if I had to get? It'd probably be his guitar.
A guitar. Okay, would you
Yeah,
want it?
both his kind of like in an X mark, both his guitar across.
All right, gang. So then, as he puts it on, you see the skull and crossbones across his back shimmer and fade before it turns into a double cross guitar on a blank field.
Let me read this thing. When you tune to an insignia changes that one represents you, while wearing the cloak, climbing it swimming doesn't cost you extra movement. And I can breathe underwater! Let's go! Yo!
My man's can breathe underwater now. And
I'm still reading. In addition, you can use a bonus action to shift into a watery elemental form, getting the following benefits of the duration. Your speed increases by 10 feet. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage from non-magical items. Attacks as well as resistance to acid damage. You have what the fuck? You have advantage on ability checks to avoid or escape being grappled or restrained. If you're already grappled or restrained when you shift into this form, you automatically escape. While you're underwater, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage. This form lasts as long as you concentrate as of concentrating your spell to a maximum of 1 minute. Once this property of the cloak has been used, it can't be used again until the next mod. What the fuck, bro? Dude, this shit is insane!
I will say though, while you're in that form, you won't be able to attack and to latch onto things, per se.
Wait, aw.
No, basically.
I can understand why.
Yeah, it will. Okay, so the way that it works is basically you can make your attacks, but you won't. Say you're wielding a magical weapon. it won't like hit as hard with it because you're hitting as a water elemental form.
Yeah, and it's more of a. I guess you can kind of compare it to a water genasi in a way. It's more of like
Yeah, it basically turns you into water
a re-
genasi temporarily.
and it kind of gives you more like a stealth and not stealth necessarily, but more of a recon ability underwater.
Yeah. Also, you will notice as soon as you like put it on over your, as soon as you like start to put it on, it actually like takes on the internal properties of your other jacket.
Nice.
So it feels like you're wearing the same old jacket. But yeah,
oh, this thing's badass.
it is badass.
Okay.
The only one of those items that was not from Griffin's saddlebag was actually the glamour weave, but because it is an item that I find very cool and I think is very strong. But I've also never gotten to really implement or use before.
Dude, as soon as Vars puts it on, like I guess he figures out what it is. Like,
Yeah.
When you hear me just out loud say like he starts rubbing his hand, it's like, oh, I can't wait to go back home and ask Azura to go race. This is gonna be
Oh shit!
She can't beat me anymore.
She is. I would
Yeah.
bet on that.
But it isn't going to be easy for her anymore because I don't have to come up for breaths anymore.
Oh shit! Plus you're
I can stay underwater
Wait.
just as long as she can.
Wait, I didn't even think about how this would react with Frenzy.
Bro, I can fucking go insane with friends.
What
Yo.
the fuck?
Calling him a berries.
Wait! Whoa! I
But
fucked
actually-
up.
No, but okay, to be fair, I still, like you said, I won't be able to do as much damage, right?
Well, we'll work it out later, but it's more of like this isn't just like a form where like you can always go into it. Plus, it only lasts a minute,
Yeah.
so you basically only get one usage of it per day.
Yeah. No, I just can't, like...
And as
for
soon as
me,
your
it's-
concentration drops, it's done.
But the breathing underwater just works as long as I'm wearing the
Yeah,
jacket.
breathing underwater works. It is called the Captain's Pride.
Dude, this thing's fucking insane, dude.
And now you could say it's like, and now you carry home on your back.
Thank you very much, Headmaster. I really appreciate it.
I told y'all I had some cool ass presents for all of y'all.
Dude, this shit is insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the picture and post it. Oh, I like the colors too, like the gold trim and everything.
Oh yeah, no, I did some like homebrewing to make that thing work in the way I wanted to. Let me actually just go in and da 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 da. Grab this one. I need Eberron rising from the last war. It is. Wait, what? It's supposed to be from here. Oh, wait, no, it's Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron, not Eberron the Last War. Which, like, there's almost nothing in Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron except for a couple magic items. That's the main thing you get from it. Alright, I'll have to get it for you later, and I will have it for you next week, okay? I'll have it for you on Wednesday, whether you're here or not. I will just have you guys, I will have it added by then. Just don't let me forget to add that, because it's actually really cool.
It's okay. Yagu doesn't need a gift.
Nah, dude, Yagu. Cap.
Reference, the magic items he gave y'all are not cheap.
No, how much? Because
I'm gonna
the
go
most-
sell mine then.
Bro.
Wait, no. You already have $1 billion. Why would you need more money?
True.
By the way, this is an example of somebody using a glamour weave, Jay. That person is using it to create a firework pattern on it. And with the uncommon version, which you have, which is the best version of the glamour weave, you can actually have that form basically come off in like magical apparitions.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
so
find...
I could make my thing look like Lydia's scales?
Yes, and then you could also make it like fly off in terms of like wings. You could make like the wings emerge from the cloak.
I'll save that for later.
Yes.
I'm gonna
I got
switch
you,
my
bro.
face.
I got you.
I can't wait till we're out of here because Varus is gonna stick his head underwater. Just to try the shit out.
I knew y'all would be excited about what y'all got. And also, by the way, guys, I
I'm gonna
thought like
start
each of
double
y'all would like the specific things because I thought like they would specifically be great for each of you individually, and I thought that there were certain aspects each of you would get to enjoy. So like, A couple of them may seem like a little bit stronger than the others, but that's because I thought, especially thematically, like for example, the dress. I thought it's like this is something Amelie would wear.
Mhm.
If this existed, there is no chance Amelie would pass up the opportunity to wear it, especially because he made it pink and fireproof. And like with the boots of the cloud jumper, I figured it's like okay, it's not like the most useful thing, but let's be honest, Jose would appreciate the ability to be Yasuo for a little bit.
Wait,
Yes.
you're Samurai Jack, dude.
I can't believe it took y'all that long to realize that I gave him that as the samurai, so that way he could basically do the last breath.
Yeah, I gotta get the last breath going.
Does that mean Jose is gonna go 0 and 10 and then his spouse?
But no, like, and with Yagu, I think it's like one thing about it is that I figured, like, especially with Jay's creativity, he would have a great idea of how to use the glamour weave and the magic weapons. And with the thing on the stealth for Finn, I figured that especially with the spells having verbal components and how most of those break stealth, one thing that would be very cool for Phil is to not have to worry about the verbal components anymore. And then, of course, the Captain's Pride is just fucking badass.
Dude, that's amazing.
It's a good
You
item.
know what's gonna be fucking hilarious? As soon as we get out of here, Jose, Yosaku's gonna be double jumping his bars and sticking his head underwater.
Yep.
Is there room to double jump in the room?
Yeah, it's a tall room.
I'm gonna be double jumping.
All right, yeah. So as you do it, you were actually double jumping. It's like, oh, that is cool. And then she looks at, and then Lydia looks at your glamour wave. Wow, that is a striking cloak, Yagu.
Wait, sorry.
Oh my god. Why? Thank you, Lydia.
Dude, wait. I really sorry. Quick interruption. Jose, I can throw people up into the air. You can double jump and attack them.
Okay,
That's
so
wealthy.
if he hits a certain height, it won't negate as much.
Hyper, can you send me the description of what my thing does? Do you have it like somewhere where you can copy paste it?
Yes, I do.
We can imitate Yasuo.
Yes. I'll knock him up.
Dude, I can be Diana. You can.
Here you go, Jay. I sent it to you.
Thank you very much.
We have Oriana in the room.
Oriana
This
is
a
in the.
good comp.
I would say Oriana is in the room. Yes, it is a good comp.
She
Wait, no, wait. You'll have Oriana, Blitzcrank, Yasuo, Set. Oh my god, you're just missing a fucking jungler. Wait, no. Wait, you'll have what? Wait, no. I'm not gonna count Amelie as Brand.
And Brad isn't really a jungler.
Oh wait, no,
Just...
yeah, you have one. You have Talon in the room.
True.
So yeah,
Sorry
I mean,
about that,
granted,
but
y'all's
I
comp
used
sucks for damage spread.
You forget
Dude.
about go drink a sun, dude.
I'm gonna die from all these league jokes. Dude.
Sorry about that. We'll stop it.
Sorry.
Talon is the
Sorry.
token Assassin's Creed-based assassin character.
And it would be you, Phil.
Okay.
But yes, we will stop with the memeing now. So you can get out
Does
of
this
here.
mean we're technically going dragon now? Because we're throwing out for the dragon guy?
Oh, we're gonna get the Elder Drake.
The Elder Drake.
I tried to do a league meme. I don't know if it worked.
You had me
Yes,
dying.
yes.
Apologies to anyone that's watching that doesn't watch League. To be like, what the
So
fuck
yeah,
is wrong
sorry
with
about that. To everyone, if you don't know League, it's just one joke after another with all of this stuff. But yeah, well, now that is
Wait,
out of the way,
re-
say what?
Real quick, when Yagu puts on his cloak, can it turn to the color seafoam green?
It absolutely can. And again, Lydia's like, it's so striking. I love the color.
He's in.
Wait, is it the color of her scales?
No,
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 that's her
she's like an
favorite
emerald.
color.
It is her favorite color.
Okay, dude.
He's so in.
it?
He's so smooth, dude.
Bro, where are the gifts? Where are the gifts,
Also,
dude?
it's like, yeah, get those fucking ship gifts. Get the ships. It's great. I love this. It's so cute. It's so fucking adorable. But yeah, well, like I said with that one, it's like, let it not be said that old man Lone Brace does not repay those who he owes a debt to. Oh my God, Phil, that gif. That's amazing. I can't be that smooth. But yeah, so the primal reveries. Blitzcrank, if you do not mind, could you close the door? Yes, sir. I wasn't gonna do the Blitzcrank voice. As you see, the automatons basically like shut the door and basically like stand at it. Oriana, recording mode off. Yes, Master. I'll say Headmaster Lone Brace. Recording mode has been disabled. Oh, by the way, when she said that as a striking cloak, you look back at the headmaster and he shot you a little wink. Yagu.
Oh, the headmaster
No.
fucking going to, dude.
He's the world's smartest man. Do y'all expect this man not to notice anything? Like, his passive investigation is ridiculous.
What does passive investigation even do, though?
This one is more so like he could just pick up like the smallest details and things that like nobody else would normally be able to. His passive investigation is a 29.
29.
Okay, cool. I mean, just a little bit better than mine. That's fine.
That's fine,
He has a
that's fine.
plus 19 to investigation.
Oh, that's
Also, a little bit better than mine.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's fine. Continue.
Yep. This is
Yeah,
also the
he's
world's
pretty
smartest
smart.
man. I'm sorry, the world's smartest person, Phil. So don't feel ashamed. But yeah, with that, he's like, I've had a little bit of information given to me about these as of late. The primal reveries are real, Professor. Which means that that Nirvash really is Nir. Wait, that's impossible. Nir was supposedly defeated by other gods 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, you know this thing called necromancy where people come back to life?
and technically he was sealed away,
They
not
say he was sealed, unfortunately, rather than killed. But then again, if he was killed at the time, apparently, there was a good chance that he would have ascended to godhood. And imagine if a being that powerful, and didn't it, the last one of that level of power who supposedly ascended to godhood was Lord Asmodeus, the king of hell. As you know, one of the most powerful beings in the pantheon. God, on the power level of Asmodeus, that potentially start a war among the gods. Yes. And that is supposedly why they sealed him away. The rest of you may not know this, other than you, Professor. But I'm not just a simple artificer. Ogma has given me great knowledge over the years, none greater than what he has bestowed to me through these. He taps it. His primal reverie. Erudition. Hold up. There's another name for erudition to like tack onto it. By the way, other names to tack onto yours, by the way, Drake Siphon, the Blade of Dragon's Bane. And Revelation, the Armor of Revealed Truths. Oh, sorry, the Armor of Showing Truths. Erudition, the Eyes of the Scholar. As you see them like slide over his eyes, you just underneath the rainbow tinted fellows. Which, if you guys do not remember what erudition looks like, it looks like this right here. Underneath those, you see his eyes like basically like darting around left and right as if he's examining everything in the room in like the matter of seconds. Yes. Well, I'm assuming that Miss Havenglade here. And you notice, for once, Rosny does not correct someone for her title. She's not correcting the headmaster. But yeah, like kind of like that, but it's more his eyes than anything else. Let's say Miss Havenglade must have brought you here to see if Professor Equus had any information he could provide, any older books. That's why you had me take something out of the Bard archive, Rosny. Yes. The Bard archive? The information needed was in there. If you would like, you can have Amelie, Yagu,
Yes.
and I'll say, just those two. Roll me history checks. Yagu's at advantage.
Okay. History. Please be a good roll, please.
At advantage means I get to roll
That's-
twice, right?
That is correct, and
Ooh,
you will
that's
take the
fucking
higher of the
good.
two rolls.
Well, we're gonna be sitting here a while. So how's everyone's day going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good so far. Hey, that was
That's
pretty quick.
alright.
Yeah.
14. Okay, next one.
Yep. Well, just give me another 5 minutes.
Hey, but that first one was pretty quick. How does... Actually, I'm gonna Google this shit.
Actually, I should pull up and see if my computer's running hot.
7. Okay. So Pod, for Amelie,
Yes.
the 15 gets you where you have heard of the Bard Archive just because it is supposedly the place of ancient and forbidden knowledge. Usually people associate it with things like information on black magic or forbidden sorcery in it. Yagu, you know that is supposedly the massive. I would say that basically the whole city of Feiquan, the entire bottom of the crater is supposedly on top of the library of the Grand College. That's one of the rumors. And the Bard Archive is supposedly the locked forbidden section that is rumored to be under the very edge of the crater, under the deepest part, basically borderline Underdark at that point. No. Bard. Barred. You got it right on this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was wondering why a Bard archive would be bad.
No. The Bard Archive, as in like bars on
Yeah.
it. That entire area is actually the myth that Yagu would know, Amelie would not, is that it's supposedly basically treated as if a prison, and only one who is either very powerful or very respected is allowed in. Damn. Well, I did find
Well, I'm
something.
very powerful.
Not that powerful. By powerful, I mean that you actually know someone who's been in the Bard Archive and they are more than double your level.
Well.
Someone who you've
I'm
met
getting
before
there.
has been in there.
Argus?
Not Argus. I'm not telling you who, but you'll figure it out eventually. With that, y'all basically see I'll say Professor Equus snap his fingers, and you see Archimedes fly over with a set of books, very old-looking books. One of them has chains on it, and a key attached to the other side.
Wow, that's spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, one question, Hyper. This is from you to me because just remembered. Khan is Ulster's adopted son, right?
No,
I thought he was the son of the
he was
adopted
a
son
son of
the
a professor.
a professor.
Yes.
And was the professor's name mentioned to us?
No, it was not. But also, Bill, you are correct though. Different people get kicked out for different things. Karn's very publicly was that he basically broke into the Bard Archive and pulled out forbidden tomes on necromancy, as well as supposedly he stole some things from it. Well, I couldn't find all of them. I could not find all of them, Headmaster. One of them was suspiciously missing. Yes, I take it that this is what young Karn stole from the Bard Archive when he was expelled.
Good old Karn. Looking forward to skinning him.
He was not always this way. Once he was a bright young man with
Aren't
a
they
bright
all?
future ahead of him.
Oh, he's such a sweet boy. I have no idea why he would do such a thing.
Mr. Rotier, you have only met him in the past few months. I've known Karn since he was about 10 years old. He was not always like that. Rest assured. It was his curiosity, not evilness, that got the best of him. At least while he was here. Now, after his exile, I cannot say. But here it was his curiosity that doomed him.
Lordy.
His adopted father is a friend of mine, colleague. And while I do not agree, as I do not disagree with you on the fact that what Karn has become is something deplorable, I would still rather not insult the children of.
Well, he's not my child or my friend. I can do whatever I feel.
Yes, but you are my guest.
This is also true. I'll mind my tongue if you keep his mention to a minimum.
I will try. But as such, Miss Nisdetgill. Yes, headmaster. Do you mind reading the story of that one? As she pulls out the smallest book of them. Not badged. Long ago, gods fought for dominance over this world, whose name has been lost to history. Their wars consumed all. No part of this world was left untouched by their rampage. And if you want an image of what that looks like, here's one of Arathis, Bahamut, Grumsh, and Asmodeus fighting.
And I wonder where you got this picture from.
I wonder where I got this picture from. It was
I
from
wonder
Critical
where you
Role,
got
by
that
the way.
from.
It was
I
absolutely
know,
from Critical Role.
I've seen this picture.
Yeah, you have. But yeah, and this is the kind of thing where it's like their wars rampaged, devastated the world, ended entire races. For one day, the gods were forced to make a pact, where they would not intervene anymore. World that they were laying waste. They would intervene subtly, discreetly, through their followers and through the actions of their domain, but not as physical avatars without purpose. This event. Hold up, I've got to look up specifically what this event was called. I had something for it.
Sounds like a calamity, dude.
Hold up, I found it. Here we go.
Bill,
This is called the Fissure. When supposedly the gods and men took over different realms of reality. The gods stayed to the heavens, and man left to roam the world. And then I'll say, yes.
Sorry, Hypo, you said the fish was when gods took to different realms and humans stayed on Avalon?
Remember how I said how most of the gods have said that they can't actually intervene physically for most part? How they've only actually ever interacted with you through weaker avatars, through things of their domain, or like Mask possessing Chester?
Yeah.
Now you know why. And then the next
I mean,
one,
it was Tyr that he mentioned he's the one that put the rules to the fish, right?
say what?
Tyr told us that he was the one that made the rules that stopped
He's the
gods
one
from.
that wrote the laws, but he was not the one that enacted them. He didn't specifically say the Fissure, but still. And then it says the second chapter, the birth of a new god. Long ago in a land, in a land of lizards and dragons, a clave of amethyst dragons lived, and one was born, black as the night sky, a kind one that would be called Near.
Kind one.
Near, Near was only one of two of his hatchlings to survive. The other being his sister, amethyst dragon Abeline.
Avalon. Oh, Avalon.
Abeline,
AB?
spelled the same way as the world. then they grew. They escaped from poaching. They grew together. They were as close as any two siblings. One day, they could not escape from everything. Nir was caught in a trap. Future god of gem dragons to meet his end before his sister distracted the hunter. Told him to flee. He was forced to scream. Heard her die. Nir decided at this moment that the world would be rid of evil and evil. The great god Nir decided on this day he would bring the peace to the world. And then she flips over to the next one. This is a small book, by the way. This is like basically like a little bit like more of a children's story style than anything else. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Then great god Nir ascended to power. As he grew in power, he grew in his fury. No one in the world could stand before his might. Eventually he conquered it all, naming the world for the sister he had lost, naming the world Abeline. But his actions had done something, particularly actions towards particular races. The hunters who, let's say, who had killed his sister, primarily Drow. Races, above all, made sure were brought low. Direct interference, the ascension without permission, angered the gods. So they brought forth, together, artifacts of the number 48, the primal reveries. At the primal shrine did they gather, at the primal shrine did they create the weapons that would help, let's say, that would bring the god of gems low. Trapped in his own, and say in his own home, he was punished for his arrogance, his ambitions, and it is said there he sinned at the end of time. Unfortunately, if only that were the case, Miss Nisgil. There is your story.
Well,
That is what we are fighting.
not much of a story and more of a history lesson.
No. Which is why we're going to use that one. As then he basically uses a mage hand to like pull the key off and unlock the book. Except it's written in an ancient language. Does anyone here speak Celestial?
Not
Yes.
me.
Yes, you do. Okay, so you can read this, and it's like, and it should say, the gods, let's say the gods of the world.
Give me 1 second. I don't think it's.
So as a
One-
result, you can basically tell what this is that this is a lexicon of like various gods, places that are holy to them, and basically like what they're of the domains of, what they're favorite, the people that they're favorite.
Quick
Basically,
question. Why was the book locked?
it's very old. It includes information about gods far along, including bits that are forbidden to be taught, particularly bits regarding, as he uses the mage hand to flip him, as you see one that is the face of a skull. And on that page, you, Josaku, can read the name Mirkul, the Lord of Bones. Him. From this one, you read Baal, the Lord of Murder. And him. on this one, Josaku, you read Sirik, the Prince of Lies.
Yeah, I'll be reading this aloud for the party.
In particular, information about these three is barred simply because of their domains and what they pertain to. Sirik has caused more wars than any other god among the heavens, many a time over. Numerous conflicts that have been lost to myth doing it, as have been a direct result of his actions. Supposedly, some people even say he was behind the thing that, say, the event that have evidently killed Nirvash's sister. It is safe to say that no one in the Pantheon has love for Sirik. And that's not even to mention the Lord of Bones or the Lord of Murder.
Yeah, I can't imagine the Lord of Murder's got got a very big fan club. At
But-
least not at least not as big as the law will allow him to have one.
Well, that's one of the reasons that his worship is outlawed in every country but one. No prizes for guessing
Okay.
which country.
Only place I can think of is could, but
Dion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Could, again, it's not that like murders encouraged, it's more so like it's more of you reap what you sow kind of thing.
oh well, yeah.
So it's like if you do it, you better be ready to cash the check when that person's friends come looking for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, with that, Mr. Equus, you are going on another expedition, and this time you are actually taking Miss Nizgil with you. An expedition to a care. No, I apologize. Yes. No, 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 no. Please, please do not make me work with him for that long. I apologize, but you will be assisting Professor Simeon at Carrion College. As Sia then basically like puts her hand on Lydia's shoulder. I am so sorry. And the three of you will be conducting research on these primal reveries. You five already have 2 of them. Wait, they what?
Yeah, didn't you know?
Wait, he's not pointing at J7. Is this? As then like he accidentally touches it, it's like ow! Okay, now I see what you meant by it hurting you.
Like, come on, man! I warned you.
Okay,
And look at-
I have a literal weapon on my table. One of the greatest made by a god. This is one of the greatest archaeological finds in the history of Abilene. You
Leech.
Yeah, and the god's kind of a.
What the fuck? Wait, what did you just do? Where did it go?
You're just getting a little too familiar. I just want to be secure.
Okay, well, I'm assuming the erudition is one. That's not surprising at all, because I've seen what those goggles can do. But and I've examined those thoroughly. But where's the other one? Where's the other one? As you see, like this is like an archaeologist who's like been told that 2 of the greatest finds in the history of the world are now in his office.
Someone gonna point to Josaku? I point to Josaku's armor.
Fine specimen. I see. As you see, like he's now popped up like a small monocle, like a small like eyeglass, like a magnifying thing.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Disco, come look, come look, come look. As then Lydia like moves around, it's like marks of in celestial. Yes, he who wears this armor becomes the guardian of truth. Tear? It must be, my dear. This is an incredible archaeology. I cannot wait to tell the world about it. Cannot. Cannot, Professor Equus. And if you don't mind giving Mr. Ito some space, I apologize. I apologize for that.
It's fine.
Also, no, she does not. Okay. But with that, yeah. Wait, what do you mean I can't? We have to put this out there. This is incredible fun. The knowledge of the memories must not leave the people in this room and Professor Simeon. Why am I forced to work with Simeon? Because Simeon is the foremost expert on the primal reveries on the face of Abilene. And you are the foremost archaeologist and historical expert on ancient civilizations. So what I'm expecting from you is the ability to find mentions of particular artifacts that may have changed the course of history. By my estimation, we know of several primal reveries. Borealis, Syzygy, Godraiser, Revelation, Erudition, Serpent's Malady, Freak Siphon. And there is one other that I have a theory about, but I'm not exactly positive yet.
Borealis is wielded by Prince Durin, if I
That is correct. Oh, and I almost forgot about Almighty. But there's one
Who
other that
wields
I believe is a primal reverie, but I'm not positive in it.
who wields Almighty in Syzygy?
Syzygy is wielded by Leofiel Aspenvale, the Moonspeaker of the Noble Wolves. And being a drow, I'm surprised you don't know exactly who is told, who wields Almighty, given the man with the flaming sword.
I have an idea. I just want to double check because I wasn't sure if it was some story that was told to kids too.
No,
When
also,
they were dead.
Jay, you do know, Lydia likes mustaches, she dislikes beards.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if Varus knew that Lysander had Almighty. Or
Yeah, he would say, Saint Almighty, the sword. Actually, no, Varus would not exactly have picked that one out, that it was a reverie.
Yeah.
Borealis, you would, and that one is like, Almighty, the sword of Grand Arbiter Lysander.
Okay,
His
so that
flaming
book has
sword? Yes, that unscrupulous individual has one.
that.
No, Willful said, that was me telling you. But yeah, now you know.
Yeah.
And there was one other, yes. Any guess you would like to share, sir? And this is from Rosny. I have a theory about Lady Luck. Oh, bullshit!
Who's Lady Luck?
There is no way Oro Thrug holds a weapon of the gods. As you see, even Inquis goes like, that, Oro Thrug? Yeah, with all due respect, Headmaster, I also call bullshit.
Do I know who that guy is?
Dude, it's the leader of the guild
It's
in
the
Good.
it is
No,
the lead.
I know who
Actually,
it is.
yes, yes. As a member of the Solitudes, Ben would know who it is because he's a running joke in the Solitudes.
But he like stifles a laugh.
Yeah, no, you would know. Like, this guy is considered an ass clown among the Solitudes. He's considered like, there's a reason that the leader of the Lost Ones is called the Dead Man. Because they've been through more dead men than any other guild leader, any other guild position in Abilene. The whole problem is, though, I'm sorry, yeah, over that period, I would say that they've been through more ever since, like, the guild system was established. Oro has lasted longer than any other dead man. And he's been it for about 30 years.
Damn.
So, for reference, Ayuda has also been guild leader for about 30 years, and he lives a much shorter lifespan than the half-orcs. Another thing for reference is that Rosny's supposedly been it for about in the 20s, and she's supposedly mid-range for it. And Dilius, also another guy who's been it for 20-something years. Argus, somewhere in that realm. The only people who have come to it fairly recently have been Vanna within the past 10, and then Misha. Everyone else is more experienced. But Oro's also the odd man out because he's kind of infamous. Amelie would have also heard from him. People sometimes call him the Clown of Good. And that's another thing that people would joke about him as the Clown of Good in I would say in the Solitudes, Finn. So it's it's one of those things well, I agree. Mr. Thrug's unusual disposition. You mean fucking idiocy and craziness? Yes, that would give it reason to believe. Some of his abilities give a certain air about them that I can't quite put my finger on. I really hope you're wrong, Headmaster. Fortunately, so do I. Also, Hedge, did you disconnect from the Roll20?
Oh, I'm still on Roll20.
Yep, it doesn't show you in there. Now it does.
Okay, I don't know. I think it did disconnect me, but when I like scrolled up and down a bit, it reconnected me.
Yes. But, as a result, Miss Nizgill, Professor Isquill, I just totally forgot how to pronounce this guy's fucking name. Equus, Professor Equus. I suggest you pack. Leave for Ikea tomorrow. You'll be accompanying these people back, say on their portal back, and any findings will be reported to both Argus Bane, who will then feed them to myself and Cabin Glade, and this group, as they're the ones who will be finding these items.
Wait, us?
Well, you've already found 2 already.
Oh, so that just makes us experts, huh?
Well, more than any other people alive.
Oh, we don't get
Uh,
paid.
Even me, oh, that reminds me. Blitzcrank. Another 100 gold to everybody.
Maybe we do get paid to deal with this bullshit.
Yo, free gold.
As then, like, Lydia's like, what the fuck? Like with the gold, because she's still a college student?
To be fair, Lydia, you're not the one that has to die almost like every day.
Okay, fair.
Can I give Lydia all my gold?
Yes, you can.
He's a tier 3 Lydia sub.
Let's
Yes!
go, dude.
Tier 3
Subscribe.
sub!
I'm gonna give Lydia 300 gold.
Bro!
Oh! Wait, do you have 300 to
Whoa.
give?
Yeah, I have 365.
No, Yagu, I can't take all of this. I can't take all of this. If you want to give me from this job, yes, but I can't take the rest of your. I can't.
Yagu can have my share.
No. Gosh.
Guys,
By the way,
you're putting her on the spot.
You have such nice friends, Yagu.
I'm gonna lean in over to whisper to Yaku, dude, calm down a hair. Just offer to buy her some drinks. Don't give her your life savings. Calm down.
What does Yagu do? Does Yagu still try to push like the full 360?
She might be worth it. She might be worth it. But still.
I want to offer to take Lydia to dinner later.
Oh,
Okay.
Absolutely. As she's like now, if you like, her cheeks are turning a darker shade of green right now.
Oh,
He's in.
I'm gonna kind of nudge Lydia. Hey, let me know if things don't work out between y'all two.
What the fuck?
She just gives advice and then she's like, yo,
Wait, no. She went from wing woman to Madam Steal Your Bitch
Yo.
in like 5 seconds.
Hey, I
So yeah, well, if you don't mind, I do actually have a class I must teach. Professor, Miss Nisgill, Irregulators, Miss Havenglade, Headmaster. It's good to see you again. To be able to see you again. Likewise, Rosny. Take care. And by the way, Rosny, try not to get yourself sick again. How many times have I told you this?
tell me this has happened before, woman.
And then Lydia leans in to Yagu and says, "It's one of Headmaster Lone, my students. I also have very good ears, Miss Nisgill. And I didn't need to hear that to know what you said. You see, Lydia's like, wait, what the fuck? I'm the world's smartest person, darling.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Can I do a perception check to see who asked?
You can. You can. I will roll your perception versus his investigation.
Yo, he's in another one. He needs another one. He's in another one.
I said perception, though. Wait,
At advantage, you rolled a 25. By the way, he has advantage on those. Yeah, this is one of the few reveries that gives like no combat benefit whatsoever, but it puts your intelligence at max level at a 25.
I'm to steal them for Finn. So
If you're not an artificer, it basically turns you into a vegetable.
time to take one level in artificer.
By the way, if you would like to look and see what erudition does, it is actually available in your inventory things.
Nice. I'll have to look at that in a little bit.
He also, as a result, sucks at almost any other stat that isn't wisdom or intelligence, because he is also a knowledge cleric.
Oh, he's a cleric?
Yeah, he told y'all that Lord Ogma had spoken to him many times, but this was the first one he'd spoken to him about the past and the gods.
It's actually not in the inventory.
It should be.
I'm looking it up.
I'll say it. I see it in the collection right now.
But you have access to everything.
I have access. I say this should be in y'all's as well.
It starts with an E, right?
Say what? Yes,
It's
erudition. Erudition.
It doesn't show up for me.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, if they're done with the talk right now, I just look at everyone. Someone point me to the closest like river / pool / pond I can jump in.
One. Well, that's weird that it was able to be in there but not be in his I would say be in the collection. Okay, well it is now added to the collection, so if you would like to refresh, it can be.
Yeah, and I just asked them like, hey, if we're done with the talking, I don't know if we are. Could someone point me in the nearest
Yes.
direction of a
You all
stream,
have-
river, pool?
You all have the evening to yourselves. Say enjoy a night in Fekwan. I'll say the rest of you. I'll say, Mr. Rivers, if you wish to go stick your head underwater, we are on an island.
I give him a salute and I just walk out to the nearest place I can jump into.
All right.
Like,
What is everybody else doing?
Are your like lectures open to the public or?
For members of the think tank, they are.
Gotcha. Is there any place I can hide?
I will give you permit. I will.
Hey.
Here, as she flips you like a small coin, which you could tell like has basically a monogrammed like TT onto it. Show that to anyone who asks anything about you not looking like a student, because you don't. And they won't ask any questions.
Okay, thank you. Slightly insulted, I think, but thank you.
No offense, Mr. Fairplay, but you're dressed a little bit too suspiciously to be dressed like a student.
What does a student look like?
As she points at Lydia's outfit, which you can see it's basically like a variation of like the school robes, and you think back, almost everyone that has been a student that you've seen this far has been dressed in like a similar style of robes. Usually the things that change are like the sashes and like various like trimmings on it, but there's still a base design there. It's like this more of like off blackish blue robes. Lydia's sash is like almost like a brass color around her waist, and then like a silverish color going over over her shoulder.
Okay, I cast Disguise Self to make myself look like a student.
Smart.
Mr. Fairplay, you might want to step through the doorway before you tries that.
I step to the doorway and then try it?
The door. As you step through the doorway, your disguise self actually drops. It is a way to prevent students from trying to send various illusionary things to try and attend classes, so that way they don't have to. Illusion magic is dispelled by the doorways.
All right, fair play.
What if you walk in and then custom spells?
At that one, Rosny gives a little bit of a chuckle. Nice joke, Mr. Fairplay.
Oh, I just realized what he said.
All right, I'm gonna go find a seat in the back and just wait for the lecture to start.
Well, yeah. Which lecture are you gonna find? Are you going to go off to where Headmaster Lundbrace was giving his lecture?
Oh, is he not giving it near? Yeah, I was gonna do
Oh
that.
no.
So
Y'all
whenever
are,
he's
y'all are in specifically. Y'all are in Equus's office.
Oh right, I'm so dumb. All right, I'm gonna follow him and go to his lecture.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
Is there? Sorry.
Sorry, go
Go
for it.
Is there a room that I could have to myself for a little bit? I'm in a bit of an aspiring wizard myself.
What do you plan to do?
Just read a book. Honestly, I found a little spell book running around in the sewers, and I was wanting to pour over it. I haven't really had time to do that yet. To clarify, the book itself wasn't running around the sewers.
She flips you one of the coins too, and it's got like the think tank logo on it. Give this to, show this to anyone who asks you about around the library, and they should allow you to sit over in a small cubby.
Wonderful, thank you.
Just try not to get lost in the library.
I'll do my best.
By the way, when you see the picture of the Grand College, let me send us back here. Each of those layers where it's like drops off, inside of them is actually part of the library.
Wow.
Like, so that entire level of the island where that cliff is, those are each parts of the library. That's why she's saying don't get lost. Have you ever seen the Castlevania show, like the Belmont family hold, how it goes on for like really deep and really wide? That's how it looks.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty.
Josaku, what would you like to do?
Are there any good fishing spots around here?
Yes, there are. As she basically like uses like a hollow map to like show you a map of Faquan. And then she says, let me pull it up. She says, over here, there's a small fishing district over here, over here, where you can do that without having to really do much. But just in case anybody gives you any trouble, she flips you another coin.
My thanks.
Yep. And if you two don't, if the rest of you don't mind, I need to go file a report on certain findings that we made in Rosve and omit a couple. Have a good day. As Rosny also walked out. So Yagu, you're left in the room with the professor and Lydia.
Oh boy.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to go visit my parents.
So I say that's one thing. Like Lydia's gets you. So Yagu, what are you gonna do?
I'm thinking about going to visit my parents since I didn't see them before I left on this adventure.
Yeah, they did come looking. They asked me if I knew where you were.
I was too embarrassed about myself to tell them where I was going, so I wanted to make a name for myself before I came back.
Saved an entire city. I don't know how much better you could get than that for a first. I'd say for a first little bit of being an adventure.
I just wanted my parents and the ones that I care about to think more of me.
I think they will, Yagu. Confidence in yourself. You're better than you realize. Oh, sorry. As she realized like how close she'd gotten and like what she was saying, it's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes, well, I should go pack. That dinner you mentioned, would you like to do that here or in a care?
We could do that here.
Lovely. When would you like to do that? By the way, Jay, if you are not here on Wednesday, we will specifically have a separate, like, smaller RP session where we do this. Because this is going to be great, and I don't want to miss this, because this is going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, we might
What,
actually
like-
just run a one-shot this week instead to do the thing here. But yeah, alright, so with the date, when do you think, when would you like to go out to dinner?
I just have to go see my parents first, and then I'm ready.
Okay, well, how about it's sundown? Because that'll give me time to be able to, pack and make sure that I'm ready to go for everything to tomorrow. That way we don't have to worry about anything tonight.
That works for me.
Perfect. I'll see you then.
I'll see you then.
Alright, I'm assuming that you're then gonna go out of the office?
Yes.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh no. It's coming slow, just like Yagu.
Bro, TMI. 12. Okay, you're fine.
Fog.
So yeah, you go do it. So you're gonna want to visit your parents?
Yes.
Alright, let's go back in order with the thing. So we'll start with, Varys!
Mhm.
You walk outside and you realize you're on a fucking island.
What, the nearest place I can dive off of?
The bridge is probably the best place, but there is a sign that says no diving.
I grab someone closer. I'm like, where can I go where I can dive off into the sea?
There is a... they point over to the other side of the Grand College, and let me send you over here. So basically, I assume you basically marched out to the thing to where
Yeah.
you see the Nova Diving thing. They point basically to the other side of this building from where it is, and how there's sort of a smaller, shallower area. That's where people go to practice aquamancy.
Can I dive from this bridge down there?
From this bridge, no. They knock on the thing and show that there's a magical barrier to prevent people from throwing themselves off the bridge. Bro, this is a magical college. They've taken measures to make sure people don't commit suicide on the bridge.
Yeah, but I don't want to commit. I want to just dive, and I can do it. I want to go dive. Is there a good diving location? Specifically
Yeah, I mean,
diving.
over where they have aquamancy, there's part of it that's on the
Okay.
side of a cliff.
I'll go there. And I get ready to dive.
Okay, yeah. We'll say you get over there, you do it. You see a couple people practicing aquamancy. A couple of them will give you a he's not from around here kind of thing. As in you're obviously not dressed like a student.
No,
So you just go up and you just walk off. You don't acknowledge anybody. You just dive.
No, I just walk it's literally I don't even think he dives. He just walks off the cliff, sees them staring at him, gives them a wave, and just walks right off.
Walks right off. Okay.
Walks right off. And I think
You forgot something, my guy.
what?
It's a cliff. So you're just
Okay,
gonna walk right off. Oh no, you already
okay.
said that you're gonna walk right off. Roll me 2d10.
Okay, I don't have it.
My guy
Wait,
walked
what
right
about-
off and did not forget about us and forgot about making sure he didn't pull a keyleth.
D10. Oh, I have a thing. A 7.
Phil, you know what I'm
and
talking
a
about, right?
7. But I'm
Yeah,
also
how should
gonna 2 sevens. But I'm also gonna bonus action turn into my elemental form.
Bonus action turn into an elemental form. Okay, so at that, you still take 7 points of bludgeoning damage because you just fell off.
That's right. And he just wants to go underwater.
Yep, you turn into that, and everybody is just like, "Oh, okay, he's doing some sort of magic shit," because they see you turn into a elemental on the way down. And yeah, you can perfectly breathe underwater. You are a water elemental.
Yeah, I just go swimming for a bit underwater because I can hold breath for as long as I want.
I'll say that the way that this one worked, that the way these worked is that the headmaster basically did something to instantly attune you guys to all of them. Bill.
Yeah, so I go
Oh,
swimming
thank God.
for. I go swimming long enough to make them worried. I think.
No. They saw you turn into a water elemental.
Okay, yeah.
So by their thoughts, you're some sort of like druid who's attending the college,
Yeah.
who just turned into
The
a water
water
elemental, like the creature itself, as opposed to like a water elemental form of yourself.
Yeah, the water elemental form drops after a minute,
Uh-huh.
but I just keep swimming for longer before I pop up.
Yeah, no, again, nobody's worried about you at this point. They saw you turn into an elemental. They're assuming, oh, okay, he's probably got something.
Yeah. And once I pop up, I just look at them and I'm like, "Do any of you know where there's a magic weapon shop nearby?"
Yeah, there's one in town.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, you should go
Directions?
by you should go by Heimer's place.
Oh my God, is that?
I hate you so
Ain't
much.
no way.
Heimer's Dingers.
Uh,
Yep, the
Is this
shop.
a League of Legends?
Yeah, there's a character in League called Heimerdinger who.
Yeah, he's from Arcane. Or
Yep,
yeah,
he's
the-
from Arcane.
Heimerdinger from
So
Arcane.
the shop I called
Arcane.
Heimer's Dingers, and it is owned by a gnome.
Are we in Piltover, dude?
This city is basically Piltover.
What, gnome named Ziggs or something?
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk off. God, I really wanna.
No, it's not that nobody cares about him. It's like that nobody cares that he dove in because they saw him turn into a watermelon form. So like they see this kind of shit all the time. You know, students like particularly druidic students who like turn themselves into water elementals. Various people who like do that kind of thing.
God, I really wish I could push one of these nerds in here, but I probably shouldn't.
Mhm.
Alright, just head off.
Those nerds would probably kick your ass.
Debatable. But yeah, I
With
walk
how
off
many
to-
of them there are? No.
Debatable. I walk off.
You wish.
Hey man, I got my reverie. It's fine. I
This
walk
ain't your
off to,
reverie, by the way.
Heimerdinger.
The captain's pride is not your reverie.
I walk off to Heimerdinger's shop.
Heimer's Dingers.
Heimerdinger's shop.
I think I got my swagger back. All right, you start walking off towards Heimer's Dingers. Okay, thank you, somebody who got that reference. Thank you, Jose, for understanding that reference.
Yeah.
Sorry, you weren't getting that from me. I don't.
No,
I
that
don't
one was a
read
reference to an old
your
League
pain.
content piece where somebody talked about like Heimerdinger's animation, and they did it to
The
the song "I
Dongers.
Think I Got My Swagger Back." So yeah, okay, we'll get back to Varys in a second. Let's go with Amelie. Amelie, you're easily able to like find the library because there's like signage towards it the whole time.
Wonderful.
But when you get in, I don't have an image of it, but again, imagine like the Belmont Hold, but there's various people like flying around on chairs, various staircases moving, and everything like that. Imagine that hall in Hogwarts, the one with like the moving stairs and whatnot, but imagine if that was a library.
Ooh, I like it.
You know, funny enough, I considered making Caitlyn a fucking thinker. I considered making her the sub-captain of the Thinkers in Fei-Quan, but I didn't want to do that. I just thought Heimer's Thinkers would be too funny to pass up. But yeah, with that, yeah, and you're easily able to find a spot over. One of the librarians is like, "Excuse me, I take it you're a guest of the college?"
As for now, yes. I'm just looking for a quiet place to read.
Oh, well then pick a chair. The chair will move based on where you think, and you should easily be able to find a secluded spot. My only advice is, please don't get up out of the chair when it's flying.
I'll certainly do my best.
Yes. Well, have a nice visit.
Yeah, you as well. I certainly wasn't expecting the chairs to get up and move on their own.
So you sit down in a chair and it starts to float.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to.
to put it in Fate terms, it is basically a bounded field in which the chairs can have an enchantment on them that allows them to fly within the library. They won't fly outside of it, but they will fly inside of it. It allows students to basically seclude themselves away from their peers and not all have to, say, and basically have way the library. And they also have anti-detection runes on them, so basically they will make sure that they don't impact each other or the staircase or anything like that.
All right, I probably should have figured as much, but yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna give the Helarona's spell book a good glance over, see if I can at least attempt to unravel anything that's going on here. God,
What
arcane magic has never been my thing.
Do you speak Elvish?
I do not speak Elvish. I speak Dwarvish.
So her book is
Yeah,
actually
Druidic, Dwarvish, and Infernal.
her book is actually written in Elvish.
Fuck.
Maybe there's someone there that can translate for you.
I guess. I mean, I'm sure I could talk to one of these nerds.
You can absolutely talk to the librarian and see if there's anything about this.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I guess I will talk to the library. Actually, what I want to do is there anybody who catches my eye? Maybe an elf who might be able to help me read this?
The librarian that you talked to when you spoke in was actually an elf.
Then I guess all of my paths lead me back to the librarian.
It's just that again,
yeah.
like all the students who are in here basically have tables and chairs that are flying around at different like speeds. And you figure it's like, okay, so many of them are in deep study. It doesn't look like any of them are like goofing off, or like how like there's always that kid in the library who's like on a computer or like playing video games, or is like obviously there to just like do something without somebody up their ass. There's nobody like that in this room.
All right. Yeah. In which case, I'm gonna just take my book over to the librarian. It's like, I actually didn't realize that this was in Elvish. I can't read Elvish.
Oh.
Do you have any resources that could help me with this? A common to Elvish translator. I'll take
common to Elvish.
Elvish
you said.
to Infernal.
She reads in into that. Would you prefer the Infernal or the Common?
Infernal. Why not? I'm a little more Infernal.
She hands you some thick red rimmed glasses, and when you put them on, the book is actually now in Infernal.
I love these. Where can I get a pair? I don't care how much they cost me.
It's actually part of a charm. There's a magical field in the library that allows certain things to happen. As you can see, the chairs and the books and the floating and everything. Those glasses are also exclusive to the library, where what they will do is they can automatically translate one language to the other, provided you have the right pair of glasses. Normally, we don't have that many of that specific one, and you managed to actually snag the last pair of glasses. I'll just need your name, that way I can record that you have them, and that way you return them before you leave.
Of course. Amelie Rotier, be sure to put a Grave accent over the O.
Ah, thank you, Miss Rotier. It is lovely to have you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't react to. I'm saying this out of character. I'm surprised that he doesn't react to the name drop.
You're in the largest college in the world, where it's the smartest of the smart and the richest of the rich.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, you are say someone with your name in most places, that name would actually like bring something like to where people would be like, oh shit. Here it is like, okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm actually among my peers for once.
Yes, so, like most people here are either rich or brilliant. And usually the rich kids, like the stupid rich kids, are not the ones that like are in the library a lot of time. They're usually the ones that are like goofing off. So it's more of like their look is more like, oh, one of the rich kids actually wants to do something smart for once. I'm impressed.
In which case, yeah, I'm going to borrow these glasses for a second and go back to studying my book. This is so cool. Oh my gosh, I have a spell book.
Yes, you do. All right. But to do that, to like truly inscribe into the spell book, you would have to either get something that would allow you to understand Elvish, or copy those spells over with some sort of like comprehend languages, or get say like Varus to translate them. That way you can inscribe it into your spell book in a language you can understand with like the cost of the gold.
Can I still take notes?
Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah. I'm
You can
gonna
also do that as well right
Um,
now if you want to take notes like right now, and that way you can
Yeah.
inscribe it later if you want to add some of the spells back in, or just like
That's the plan.
or have someone inscribe them at a bulk rate. You can do that as well. With that, we will say, Yagu, what were you doing?
Going to visit my parents.
I'm sorry, not Yagu. What did I say, Yagu? Your thing, we're getting to last because we'll end the session on Yagu's thing. Josaku, what are you doing again?
Fishing.
Fishing. Okay, so yeah, you go over to so you start walking over to that area. We'll say you're still there for a while. Wiki dives. Yes. We'll say that Finn, and you're trying to attend Headmaster Lonebrace's lecture, correct?
Yeah.
So, it is actually theory on the origins of magic.
Ooh.
I can't go into like deep detail of it, but a lot of it involves like the way that the gods are, and the way of how the weave is like the true magic that all true magic users want to achieve to, and how at the same time one must always respect the trinity of magic. For once, the goddess of magic has been represented by 3 different beings over the lifespan of this world.
Okay, Finn is just taking copious notes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of it does go into like background of Mistra, the weave, a lot of that kind of thing. It's much more like something that you definitely would not have access to, being where you're from. But for us as players, it's not necessarily new information.
Right. Still, either way, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very much like, again, to quote something you just said, it is very much a wiki dive moment.
Yeah. Finn is getting the education that he didn't get to get as a kid.
Yes, and Finn is very smart. It's just he hasn't had like the same level of education where like he's still like picked up a lot where he could. It's just that he doesn't have access to, the wealth of knowledge of literally the center of knowledge in the world. Granted, it's not the center of magic, but it is the center of knowledge.
Yes.
The center of magic is Thorn. And Amelie would know, it's like, even as powerful as the headmaster is, this is something that particularly Amelie you would have noticed. Finn you probably wouldn't have, and the rest of you actually also probably wouldn't have. He gives off a vibe of power, but it's not that same kind of vibe that like Endilius or Raldos give off. Where it's like they step into a room, you can tell just how powerful they are. Like, it's almost as if the magic radiates off of them. Like, there's almost a pressure that accompanies them, particularly Raldos. Like, when he's, like, actually casting magic, you could just feel it in the air. And the headmaster didn't have the same level of presence to him. He had that thing where you could just tell that he is powerful.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
But not in the same way that other NPCs that you met already have. Because like, and even another thing like Argus, you can already like, he just has that presence about him that like, where he kind of like lives up to that world's strongest man thing. Even though the headmaster definitely does give off the vibes of the world's smartest man, he doesn't give off the huge power of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yagu, I will say you are also on your way back right now. I will say that the first thing to actually happen of the 3 people that are actually walking out of the Grand College, bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The first one is going to be Varus. As you see this shop over here that's got various, like, Tesla coils coming out of it, almost. As you walk in, you see magic items wall to wall, and a small gnome behind the thing, wearing thick goggles with big frizzy hair behind the desk, and another one and then you say, it's like, welcome to Heimer's Dingers! I'm Heimer! How can I help you? Off in the background here, boom! Ah, Ziggs, what the fuck did you do now?
My most hated champion.
What, Ziggs or Heimerdinger?
Ziggs. Because I was supposed to play Ziggs in a league one season.
Shaco's worse. Fuck you.
Broken.
Ziggs is awesome.
No, I just hate Ziggs because I was supposed to play him in a league because I was good at it. And broken at the time. But yeah, I walk up to Jaime and I'm like, Jaime, hi. I was looking to, and I pull off my trident. It's a trident of. I was looking
Ooh,
to
trying
trade
to
this
fish
in.
control. Yes, 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 yes.
I was looking to trade this in. Hopefully. And I pull out one of my Qatar from my my bags, and I'm like, I'm
Ooh,
hoping to get a magical version of this.
interesting. Yes, 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 yes. I say, and he looks at it, and he's like, no trigger mechanism. Everything's going on there. Yes, 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 young man. I don't have one specifically that is just the blade, but I do have something a little bit else. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Ziggs, tell me you didn't blow up the Qatar. The what? The new one. The triggered one. Oh, yeah, no, that's on the other side of the room. Ah, good. As he comes back, and he's holding up something. It's way too big for him. You could tell.
Okay.
But it's right about the same size as your other ones. Go ahead, go ahead. Give it a squeeze on the handle.
I grab it, and does it look like my similar Qatar?
Currently, it looks very similar.
Okay, so I just squeeze the handle.
And then you squeeze it, and it actually pops open into 3 different blades.
Ooh, fancy.
Not only does it have magical enchantment on it, but also it does that. So that as a result, you can have both effective slashing and stabbing process with it. I know with a weapon of this sort, I've traveled the world, my young man, and as a result, I've seen a great many of these actually used, especially out in the Western continents. But as a result, there's not many here in the Eastern continents. I was very lucky to procure one on my last trip out. Yes, yes, yes. But I tried to fish control. Also, very, very unique magic item. Very hard to come by here on the surface. I'm assuming that you fought a Saga Hin?
Yes, we did find a Saga Hin.
Ah, figured as much. Usually only the Saga Hin and I would say in the mythical Triton people usually do it.
So I assume they get a lot more use out of it than I would.
Yes, but still, there are people around who like to buy these as more antique items, whereas the Qatar is a little bit harder to sell. If you would like to trade 1-to-1, I will absolutely do that deal.
I am more than happy to trade 1-to-1.
Yes. Shake on it.
Take on it.
By the way, your hand like encompasses like all the way up to like his wrist,
Okay.
and like when you shake, like it shakes him literally. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
What up there, young man?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
By the way, I didn't like model his character and euphemisms after Heimerdinger. If you can't tell,
Yeah.
he's just more so like the name and visuals.
Mm.
But yeah,
So what do I add
indeed,
to my
a fine
order?
choice. The scissor Qatar. Indeed, a fine choice.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that something Heimerdinger or whatever says?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's his catchphrase whenever he gets picked.
Okay.
And do I have to attune? I don't have to attune to this, right?
Nope.
No. Okay, so it is a +1 weapon, scales off strength or dexterity. Nice.
You can do either slashing or piercing damage with it.
Okay, me like. I actually have a question.
What's up?
So it's a +1 weapon, right?
Yes.
So would my offhand weapon attack?
Get the plus
Because
one. It would get the +1 if this is the offhand weapon.
Because that's the thing, right? Like I can attack twice a turn.
Yes.
And my bonus action, right?
Yes.
So how would that work? Could I do both my attacks? Because my normal 2 attacks aren't offhand weapons, right? So I could use
Nope.
this, and then for offhand I could use my normal Qatar.
That is correct.
Okay, that's all I'll be doing then.
You can also choose to do multiple offhand attacks if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. The only
But
thing
they're
is
the
that
same
you won't be
thing,
able to use the bonus action attack has to be offhand.
Yeah.
That's the only
And
thing.
they're
About
the same thing for me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just use this as a main hand, and then offhand will be the normal one.
Yep. And then basically whether it does piercing or slashing will depend on what form you have in it. If you have it in the tri form, it will do piercing damage. If you do it in the blade form, it'll do slashing damage. So basically, you'll just tell me when you make the attacks.
Yeah.
Also, this should is it not scaling off of your strength?
No, it is scaling off my strength.
Okay,
think
because
so.
it's not showing up in the attack in whatever roll you're making with it.
No, it's just adding. Oh, that's because it should let me do it this way.
Did you attune to it?
Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yep,
There we
that's
go.
more like it. +9?
I have a +5 strength modifier, +3 proficiency bonus, and a +1.
Jeez, I forgot how strong y'all already were. So
I
yeah.
don't think.
Okay. Would you
I
like
don't
anything
think.
else, young man?
That's what I'm thinking about. I have some money to spend.
Okay. Let me roll up
Uh,
a magic items thing.
okay.
Uh.
So I have money to spend, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a magic item that I can use.
Okay. Given the size of the shop, it's not quite as big as the Mystic Maple,
Yes.
but you could tell like they said that this was the closest one, that there were multiples. Okay. Anything that you're looking for?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what would be good for Var.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, that is not the greatest. 7 plus 11.
11. Okay. With that, you do see a crossbow on the wall. You see a necklace, various bolts and needles in the case, a couple scrolls around, a pair of potions, something that looks like a drinking decanter. You see a chain shirt that looks like it's made of some interesting material. You see a plate armor off that's got some smoking coming off of it. A weird staff that's got like a bird on the top of it. An amulet that's got like a single like black stone in it. Um, you
Can
see
I?
a spear that looks a little bit interesting. I'd say just because
Can
of
I
the fact
ask?
that like it looks like it's got some like magical effect on it.
Yeah.
A bottle full of like thick black smoke.
Mhm.
One of them looks like a boat, say a boat in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Uh,
stuff like rings, all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Can I ask what the two things? Three? Can I ask what the necklace and the amulet do? And do you have anything to increase someone's strength?
Increase someone's strength. Yes, I do. How long of an increase are you looking for?
How expensive would they be?
Let me look it up. Because what he's got is it's like, yes, I have this potion of Hill Giant Strength. So for reference, that actually only increases your strength to 21.
Not that big of an increase.
Yep.
Because 2021 is the same modifier.
Yes, they are. Um, but that potion cost would be 500 gold.
Really worth it then for me.
Anything else that you would like to ask about? You said the necklace,
Uh,
right?
the necklace and the amulet.
All right. Uh, that doesn't sound right. Uh, that's not it. I'm trying to find the fair prices thing
Mhm.
because it doesn't sound like this one would like it sounds right, but it may end up being it. Yes, we'll say that this one is about. So this is a necklace of adaptation. It basically allows you to breathe anywhere in anything. It's going to run you about 900 gold, though.
It's a bit out of my price range, but that is a very good item. Maybe someone else could use it.
You said an amulet?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a dark shard amulet. Basically, are he leans in close. Are you a warlock?
No.
Then yeah, you won't get any use out of this.
Okay.
Um,
Eh,
there's various things around. There's like various weapons you see around, various pieces of armor. Nothing that like completely screams at you, but
mhm.
you know,
It does things. You know what? Maybe I'll stop by later when I tell my friends about the shop, and I'll do some do some more perusing. But thank you so much for the guitar.
No problem.
And with that,
Let me see if I can get one thing, because there is one other thing. Oh my
go ahead.
god, wait, what the fuck? There's no way that price is right for that item. Okay. Oh, there's something I saw. I was like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way that's actually... Okay, I mean, that's better, but... Thinks it's the same price for a deck of illusions. It's about, like, 6,000 gold. I get that the item is strong, but damn.
What is the thing?
Deck of illusions.
Mm, interesting.
Ooh.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know what? If that's it, I think that's it for me. I will probably stop by here with my friends who will probably be able to find things that they'll really like.
Right. Sounds good to me.
Okay, and I wave off and I head back to the college.
Sounds good. All right. Next up, we'll go to Josaku, where you do
Yes.
find a spot where that is a fish. It's a small, like, fishing outlet on the side of the city. Like, oi, hey there, traveler. For a place to fish?
Yes.
Find an open spot. Cast your line.
That I will do.
Roll me that dexterity check at advantage. You know how it works. Okay, you added them together accidentally. Or it added them together. Okay, so that is a total of a 23. You're fishing there for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then you start to feel a tug on your line and you start to pull and pull and pull. I would like you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, what is this? But I'm lucky. I'm lucky though.
True. Oh, that's much better.
Wait, 18.
Ooh.
Okay, so the DC was actually 15.
Ooh, okay.
So you
okay.
start to do it. You think it's like, okay, no fucking fish is gonna get the best of Josaku Ito.
That's right.
Like, I am the champion of tier, motherfucker. As you see, as this fish that is easily about 4.5 feet long, easily bigger than any of the people around you, and you realize it probably would have just yoinked them off altogether, is yoinked out of the water. It's like, whoa, we got a big one. And you actually see it is a swordfish.
Hey.
Holy crap! Somebody get the thing ready to get that thing once he gets to the shore. Holy shit, nobody ever catches these things. By the way, your roll was, if you got over a 20, I was going to give you a swordfish. Also, you forgot to battle against the dude with the dancing blade.
Shoot. Wait. Well,
Well,
I needed a good fishing spot first.
yes, you did. So you got it out, and with that strength save of an 18, I will have you make either a acrobatics or athletics check for this last one. This will be the last check to see how easily it gets in, depending on your roll.
Okay.
10. Okay, so it is still fighting you. It's starting to get away from you a little bit. Make another one.
You got this, Jose. You got this,
19.
Jose.
Okay, with the 19, you're getting it back in, so it is now getting closer to the shore. Everybody's like, basically all the other fishermen who are doing that are basically ready to bring it in. Make me another one.
You got this, Jose. You got this.
This
You
is
got this.
basically a thing of tug of war. With a
You
25,
yes!
with a 25, you plant your foot. Somebody basically provides you, like, say, pulls you over to like this like fishing chair in the dock. You plant your foot on it. You almost like push the fishing chair like out of its thing, but you yank this thing up as it flies onto it. Like two different gnomes do it as a halfling comes over. It just basically does that like fillet knife thing that they do to like kill the fish instantly. And they're like, "Holy crap! You're gonna fetch a pretty penny for this." And if you don't, say if you don't fetch the pretty penny for it, you can always cook it. So, to end off our session, Yagu!
Yup.
Yagu, we will say
Yeah,
that
go.
you have headed home. You find your family's home, which is not, it's not a huge home, but it's big enough that you guys have started to, find. I'd say it's pretty easy to find in your spot, and you do. I'd say you're like standing in front of it, let out a sigh as you do it. What do you do?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
One moment! Oh, hello. As you see your mom, to say, sitting right inside there, and she's like, "My God, Yagu!" As she like reaches out to hug you, like turtle mom hug. Where have you been? We've been so worried about you.
And a tear is going down Yagu's face as he says, I miss you guys, Mom.
Oh my God, we miss you so much. Where have you been? Why have you been worrying your father and us? Leo, come here. Oh, come on. No one got that reference?
Dude, his name is Leo. You guys don't get it. That's Ninja Turtle.
His name is Leo, like the Ninja Turtle.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
good, Hyper.
Oh my God. Yagu. So where have you been? As he's like shaking you a little bit, like worried about you. Come here. As then he just like wraps you up as y'all three are all hugging. Where have you been?
I have a lot to tell you guys. Can I come in?
Of course, come back in. Come on. As you see, like they're basically like crying here, like saying it's like that. They're just very happy to see you back. Yep. All right. So yeah, they walk you back inside, and you'll start to basically like sit down at the kitchen table, and they're kind of just overjoyed that you're there. It's actually a weekend, so that's one of the reasons why they're home. I'll say. Or it's something like that. There's some reason that they're home, but yeah, they're home here. So where have you been all this time? Yagu, it's been weeks.
No. When I was here, going to Shelmont College, I felt like I was not making any progress or being successful, so I ventured out to seek an adventure to try and make a name for myself and do something more with my life.
He's so cute.
Been doing.
I traveled and met this group, the Irregulators, and we've been on some missions together. We helped get a ship to Rosve, and in Rosve we helped cure sickness, and
Wait. That was you? Wait. It's not that you've only been gone a few weeks. You're one of the heroes of Rosve? One of the people that saved the city from the sickness?
yeah, my friends are kind of OP.
I need to meet these friends.
Maybe if we have time while we're here, I can bring them over.
They're here too? So, wait, you joined the regulators. Are they adventurers?
Yes.
Wait, so you're a thinker?
No.
No, by the way, the term for what the Riverwatch members are is y'all are watchers.
Gotcha. No, they're not thinkers, we're watchers.
You went all the way down to a care?
It's because I care about you guys.
That joke was bad, son, even if I am laughing.
Oh my god.
The disappointment in his father's eyes.
No, it's more so the
Probably
thing
not.
of like where it's like he's disappointed in himself that he's laughing, but he's like, okay, it was fun, it was funny, but it was bad.
Dude, that was perfect. I love it.
He's so good.
We're just glad to have you home. And do us a favor, Yagu. As he then like
Yeah.
gives you a little smack upside the head. Next time you leave, tell us first. That way we're not as worried about you. We had no
I
idea what
just
had happened, and it's just you
I
scared us,
just had
son.
I felt like being here and not being able to be in the grand college that I was a disappointment after you guys have worked so hard my
How
whole life. So I wanted to go out and
how have you been a disappointment?
because I'm just a street performer with a lowly
Obviously not.
education.
Obviously not anymore. Evidently, this is your mother talking at this point. Like, you saved a city, and not only just a city, you saved Rosve.
Well, with the help of my friends.
It doesn't matter whether you only did 1% of the work or did it. You were part of it. You did something. You made a positive change on thousands of people's lives. You're a hero. And also, we're never a disappointment.
Oh God!
As she then like hugs you and like gives you like that sort of like that mom hug.
And then I, Yagi's in tears, and I look over at my dad and I say, "Well, Dad, you'll at least be proud to know I have a date with Lydia tonight."
That's my boy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
About time you asked that girl on a date. You have known each other since you were what, like 12?
I actually wrote a letter to Lydia before I left,
Didn't give it
but
to her, son.
I never gave it to her.
I ain't gonna tell you one way or the other. It's I say that kind of thing. It happens in mysterious ways. It happens as it happens. So do what you think your heart is right. I mean, hell, if you had told us that you were gonna go off and become an adventurer, we would have asked you if that's what you're sure you want to do. Now you've done it, and what you've accomplished in such a short time. Son, we're so proud. We're so proud of you. But that does not change the fact that next time, tell us when you leave. As he's basically using this opportunity to like lecture you about worrying your mother and whatnot, and he's like gonna give you that like little dad lecture. I'm not gonna like go through the whole thing, but you know the kind of lecture. You've been there.
Yeah.
About it's more so like a I'm not criticizing what you did, I'm criticizing how you did it kind of thing. Yeah. Son, it's great to have you
Okay,
home.
I'm back.
Your brother will be home later to say later today. I would say I'm sure he's missed you as well.
It'll be good to see him.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's
damn,
currently
Yagi's got a brother.
he's currently doing his studies. I'll say he's currently doing his studies at the college. And here I thought that him performing the top of the class and that I was saying that conjuration exam was something, but here it is, Yagu saving a whole city.
Well, one of us has the smarts and one of us has the
Talent.
actions.
One of I'll say not everything is always up here, Yagu. Sometimes it's what's in here. As your dad like taps you on the chest.
Oh. Oh God.
Don't sell yourself short, son. Well, no, it's more so that Phil, like, performing top of any exam at the Grand College is like something that basically you can brag to the whole city, but just because of how hard that really is.
No, it's just the way you phrase it. Like one has the intelligence and one has the talent. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
No, as in like, and one
Okay,
has,
keep
like,
going, keep
physical
going. No,
talent.
no, just keep going. This is really good.
Yeah, and what else would you like to do with this sort of conversation? What else would you like to do with it, Yagu? Because I've basically like been at the end of my rope of like how I wanted this situation to go, because they were incredibly worried about you. Basically, you get that vibe, and they're just very happy to know that you are safe and know what happened because you just kind of up and left one day, and the only thing you did was you left a note saying it's like, "Hey, I'm leaving to go, kind of like find. I'm kind of like leaving to do my own thing," and they had no idea what you were doing or where you were going.
I probably have nothing else to add either, because I think anything else I'd add, they either wouldn't know anything about or
With your
would worry
friends,
them, you know?
what can you tell us about them?
Ask your dad for advice on hooking up with Lydia.
By the way, Pod is
No.
definitely the one who pushes the things about that kind of thing. I remember the best joke about it when Varys was getting very friendly with one of the guild leaders, who is the youngest of the guild leaders, and is a very attractive female who Varys hit it off with. By the way, Pod at me saying that you need to let Varys get a little woman, which is funny because Misha is like 5-0.
Well, I mean, so is Amelie, but
Yes, but that joke was funny.
yeah,
But yeah, if y'all are okay, I think that's actually a great place to end the session tonight.
That's that.
I think so too.
I think
Yeah,
that especially
I
like
need a shower.
that home, that say that heartfelt thing, that whole thing. So with that, say bye to everyone on the stream. This is going to be the recorded part, so this will be the part 2 of that VOD. Sorry that this couldn't be like the live one, but again, internet issues screwing me over again.